Woo! Wow, wow, wow. How amazing. I said I was gonna change this, and I totally forgot to change it. So I just like set up my whole stream. Nah, man, I'm looking too young with this. But alright. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's your boy Crowns, you know the vibes. I'm about to go live. Actually, I've said I wasn't going to introduce myself like that again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Star Rush Galaxy Weekend Warfare. Today, we're going to be going crazy with all of these teams as we will be seeing the best of the best, I believe. I think it was like top teams from like the previous week of play that is going to be playing in today's games. But whatever, it is scrims. They're here to have fun. They're here to practice. And I heard the winner after the end of the day is going to be going home with $15. So that is something that, you know, you could hold and do in hand. So I know it's been forever since I streamed on my channel, but apologies, and I'm not going to promise you that I'm going to be streaming on my channel. Instead, you're going to be seeing my face more on other YouTube channels and other platforms. A win is a win. So far I get to stream PUBG Mobile and have fun. That is all I need. But enough of my face. We are going to head into the first game of today. We're going to be playing 4 games today. It's going to be Erangel, Miramar, Sanhok, Erangel, and we'll be seeing how this whole thing goes. Remember, it screams Pan-African, so pretty much your favorite African teams are always in here in the mix. But without further ado, Shadi Adu, Labalu, and Oiti Toiti, we're going to be getting into the first game of today. It's going to be none of that but Erangel. Let's get into it. Welcome. My stream overlays are so shitty right now, and that is because I've been begging. I begged on my Instagram, yo, I need someone who's gonna help me do all of these graphics, but unfortunately or fortunately, whichever one of the 8 leads was, I was only able to get someone to help me do my stream, my logo, a new logo for me, so that pretty much works. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, be sure to drop a subscribe, be sure to drop a like, stay active in the chat. You know how we roll. If you don't know the teams in the lobby, it's out there in the stream chat, but I'm just gonna go over it because why not? Men of Blood, AFRO Esports, Active Gaming, Sidizens Esport, G3BDV, who somebody has said, watch out for for Glock, because they are too good and it's very sauce. So Glock, I hope you're able to show me the same thing you showed that dude that made him think that, you know, you're probably hacking. So yeah, Glock, I'm looking forward to seeing OP gameplay today. I say a lot of you are looking for violence, but first thing that is not going to be looking too violent is the playing path. Actually, the playing path is very violent, and what is not looking too violent is that zone. But let's see how all of these teams would be making their rotations through. We do see a hot drop going through with Cyclone Shield out there in Primosk, as we see them. They're out there with some of the players there from Fowl Play. Love to see it. I was actually trolling Fowl Play earlier before the game started. If you're new to the channel, be sure to drop a subscribe, because I feel like I'm at this point where I shouldn't be saying this, but bruh, the amount of people that don't know me is painful. So that being said, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, drop a like on the stream. If you've not, be sure to stay active in the chat, because if you know me, you know I always go through that chat and I would always let you guys know as they go. But that being said, Foul Play and the side there of Cyclone Shield will be the first in an engagement. I need to increase my screen brightness because I can't see shit. So 1 sec. 1 second. I need to turn that off too. Alright, let's get into it. We do already see fights getting started out there on the Military Island Bridge, where we decide there of Ultimate Gaming. I believe that is them going up against the side there of Dream Team. I was sure wondering, why can't I see? Now I know why I can't see. Oh, I'm missing the action. It's the Battle of Pistols. I love this. I love this. Legend though, he's got the P90 in hand. He's going up against Storm, who's got the same thing. And this is the reason why we say you should play Ultimate Arena, because when you do so, you know how to use the pistol. But unfortunately, he's going to be going down with the Uzi as he does go down and get thirsted. Dream Team definitely not here to have too much fun. They did lose Archer though, but they will be fine with 3 players on to continue with the game. At DC 21st Century in the mix. My something is shaking because I need a new dongle. So I promise you guys, when I get money, I'm gonna actually change my dongle. So I'm hearing one too many sounds, so I need to reduce it. Yeah, there we go. Because I'm hearing an echo, and you know the last thing Crowns wants to be hearing is an echo. But anyway, echoing footsteps is what the guys there from Void Club Africa will be listening to. We do see fights going on pretty much everywhere. I don't want to go into dual screen because it's still quite early, but I think it's ATROX going up against the side there of Team Apex out there in Lipovka. They did lose Supreme though, but it doesn't quite seem like they are all that close to get all personal, but they're within the area. Actually, that is actually going on in the Muta area of the map. As Fights does not want to start out there in Primorsk, we'll be heading over to the side there of Men of Blood, actually not 21st Century, going up against the side there of Void Club. We do see the let's go to our screen. I've not set that up. So anyway, we do see Machine there on the right going on for the push against the side there of Habitual. Soul stands up, gets the knock up onto the Machine, as we do see the players there from Mars, actually not Apex, getting that whole fight done out there in Muta. We're going to come back to the main screen as we do see Men of Blood looking to get started with the side there of... What team is that? I don't know what team that is, but I promise you guys I'll know the names of all the teams by the end of today. But anyway, we're waiting for the first fights to get started. I mean, and it's kind of fun though, seeing what we've got out there on the map. You know, seeing the side there of EFX already making it all the way to Severny. That takes a whole lot of you know, commitments coming through. But anyway, it does look like Dream Team are on fire, especially Chris. That man has been on a killing spree, as is now up to eliminations. You gotta love it. Chris, when did you become this OP? And in case people are wondering, yeah, I'm kind of like a veteran in this, not like a veteran though, but like I'll be what you know, Nigerians would call Agba in this PUBG Mobile community. So I know a couple of these players, and I'm kind of looking forward to seeing you know, the newer players, you know, who are the new generation, you know, when we start to talk about African esports or African PUBG Mobile esports, because I want to actually stop saying esports, because I feel like esports commentator, but the only game I, you know, watch is PUBG Mobile. But anyway, it does look like Cyclone Shield do not want any trouble out there in Primorsk. They do look to be finding a way to disengage from that fight that is going on there. But I think the same thing can be said about the side of Men of Blood. And these are the decisions that I like, you know, when a team makes. You know, when you're stuck in a stalemate with one team who is not looking like they want to push anytime soon, you know, just loot up, get out of there, and, you know, make your way out of there. You know, you can't... you cannot be wasting time, you know, trying to wait for one person to mismove or to miswalk. So that's pretty much a very good play, if you ask me. Just because of its tradition, and it's something that I used to do, we're going to be doing this like we used to do. We're going to be going through all of the teams in the lobby, starting all the way from from Men of Blood, a newly formed team. Pretty much talking to Manuel, I believe he's the IGL of that team. Does look like he's taking a little bit of help from Baby out here. Both of them have been partners from the days of Unknown Soldiers, and you know, they're out here, you know, partnering up in the brother clan Men of Blood and 21st Century. Looking forward to seeing how MOB is going to do ultimately. Cyclone Shield, they do get that first knock onto the side there of Foul play, and we can already see Falcon making it straight for the whole push as Locade finds himself in a little bit of trouble. It's got Molotov in hand as grenades will be getting thrown upstairs. Falcon sends it upstairs, not quite able to get it to connect. As we wait for this engagement to get started, grenades being chunked up the roof, not quite able to make it in there, as Falcon looking to send it into this building all on his own. Maybe not the best of plays. Pre-fires already coming in through. This is poor communication coming through from the side there of Cyclone Shield. I don't get it. You've gotten one knock. Why are you not, you know, why, you know, there we go. Send your whole squad. At least you've got 3 players. Exactly. Send 3 players. Push this solo player. Try to see if you can get the knock. And you can just see Foul play trying to buy themselves a little bit of time. You know, taking some shots towards Roach, the IGL of that team, I believe. As we see Sticks making it into the building. The jump outs come through from Locade. Grenade's going to take his HP down. Just come outside. But GenX is not having it. He's going to take him down. But they would also lose Roach too in that trade. But Foul play now down by 2 players. I'm left with the last 2 players. Lone Wolf does look to be heading for a thirst. A Cyclone Shield looking to form up on the IGL, trying to see if they can come in for the revenge. But it does look like Lone Wolf might be getting that thirst first. Exactly what he plans to do. The players there from Cyclone Shield not too happy about that one. Roach does get thirsted. The M249 in the hand is not going to be enough. And you can see Foul play. They are actually pros in jumping out of buildings. As you can see Lone Wolf letting the shot fly. Falcon with the M249 is able to down shake. And you can see the push coming in through. That is OP plays coming through from Falcon, but he has to heal as the push is going to continue through. Foul play. Lone Wolf, the last player left. Definitely his position has been exposed. And here comes Papa Blue to make things a little bit worse as Falcon now has to heal up. GenX looking to get ready with Falcon to go for that push. As we see them just holding it up downstairs. The full send is coming in through. GenX already making it upstairs. The free fire is coming in through the door. That man is out there on the floor. The jump shots comes through, and that will be a GG to the side there of Foul play as they do go out first in 18th place. Are they the first or are they the second? Anyway, I don't really know. Well, we'll move on as we see fights going on around that Muta area of the map, where the side there of Void Club Africa looking to get started with the side there of Active Gaming. Death God finds himself pretty close as we see grenades landing close to his position. That man is already losing HP by chunks as Active Gaming looking to get started. A beautiful flank from Moses is gonna get down Ash, and that is the intro that the players there from Void Club are looking to make this an even fight, as it is now a 3v3 engagement coming in through, but the third party is imminent onto the side there. Void God moves on for the push, but unfortunately will get downed, and Void Club Africa now finding themselves at a disadvantage as they're left with just Moses and Ace to hold down the fort. The zone about to close up. We'll be going over there to see exactly what is going on. We do get that zone shift all the way to the north, which would mean that all of these teams that are out here on the south will have to get started and move as quickly as possible. The guys there from Mars are actually chilling for that third party. I see that play coming through from them. As we can already see them taking the third party onto the side of Void Club Africa. Sorry, he does look to go for the push, and he's going up against Ace. The shots are coming in through, but Ace able to use that ground advantage, the terrain advantage, gets the knock, goes for the instant confirm. And Sorry is definitely going to be sorry for overextending on that fight, and the side there off from Mars not quite able to hold on through on the gatekeep. They do already have 4 elimination points to their name. Moses though in a whole lot of danger, would get taken out from that vehicle. As from Mars, not happy about that player that they've lost. Coming in for the full send, Ace MVP, the last player left for the Void Club, looking to find his way into the circle, but it's not gonna work, as from Mars spread across the whole area would be able to take them out and send them packing back into the lobby. We're down to the last 16 teams, and I think this is where all the teams will be like, okay, now let us start this game like it's normal, or like it's supposed to be normally. We already lost a couple of teams, and we're looking to continue on this one. What's going on in the chat, people? They say long time no stream. I know, right, Shazam? It's been like so long that I streamed on my channel, you know, and I've actually missed this. I was gonna add it to my New Year resolutions, like, you know what, this year I'm gonna stream more on my channel, but I do not want to make promises I wouldn't be able to keep up to, because like the only thing that I actually want to stream right now, the only thing that I actually want to stream right now is going to be like my personal gameplay, right? And I'm not too sure if I want to stream my personal gameplay. I feel like that is not going to get me as much views as I would like, and I personally I mean I have a whole lot of fun when I play classics, but you know, at the same time I still would want, you know, you guys to get entertained, because at the end of the day it's not about me type of thing, and I would also want, you know, some I also want some points, or sorry, I'd also want, you know, to stream something that is nice and some views. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. So yeah, that being said, I don't know. I'm still making the decision to know what I'm going to be streaming, because I don't know. I feel like when it comes to like scrimmages and the African community, I think we kind of fell off, and I don't really know what happened, because like I know before there used to be like different tiers of scrims. There'll be like tier 1s, there'll be like tier 2s, you know, all that's going on. I remember back then, but you know, something probably happened, and right now we don't even have the T1s anymore. I don't even think there's a tier system active when we start to talk about the scrimmages. So you know, it's kind of like there's too many hard things to actually stream right now, or sorry, there's not enough things or scrims to stream. I mean, everyone's playing different scrims, but you know, I'd like a situation whereby I'm seeing like, you know, consistency coming through from the teams. But however, if I am able to, maybe I might be streaming some SRG scrims if it comes my way, but I think that would probably be like my best bet, or like my best option at the moment, because I'm not too sure about like the other streams that we may have, or that are available, or scrims that are available. Maybe I was the one that fell off too, you know, there's that too. But anyway, zone already moving. We already see a couple of teams making it up onto that bridge side, and this is one of those tricky zones that we like to talk about. We're going to be pulling over there to Rozok, as we can already see Shad going down to the side there of G3. Someone did say I should check out Glock, that hey, Glock is sauce. Look, sauce Glock does get tapped down by the side there of O3 Brothers, as Greif is going to be OP on that spray, getting that knockdown. And this is one of the crazy parts about this position in the game, is that when you're in this part of the map, it's kind of it's not the best of positions, because you know, obviously people on the other side of the ocean can see you, and even now third party is getting third party, as we see the side there of EFX getting a knock onto one of the side there of O3 Brothers, but it does look like Greif is going to be able to grab that revive up onto Reels, and the same thing will be happening on the side there of G3. But anyway, whatever I see to stream, I definitely might stream it depending on how much time I have. So if I'm really chanced and I can stream, I definitely will be streaming something for you guys to see. So that being said, we'll see how this year goes. Anyway, about to get yet another zone shift, and this is where things will start to get fun. You can already see the side of AFRO Esports drawing closer and closer to the side of O3 Brothers, as we do get that western zone shift. O3 Brothers understanding what is going on, and you can just see them going for that repositioning, trying to make it into the circle. Wonderful play coming through there from Greif. He does leave Reels there up on the top of the hill, takes in some shots towards Peachy, not quite able to get that knockdown, as Neo, that man, he'd always drive himself into bad positions, but this time does look to be on the top of the hill, sending in some long grenades. Grenade not quite getting there, not quite doing in the work, not quite doing in the damage, as we already see so many teams are trying to make it into the circle from this eastern edge. And you know, like we can actually see, you know, everyone struggling to make it, and this is where it's going to become very crazy, because everybody is coming in from that eastern edge. So I think the side of O3 Brothers, AFRO Esports, they're going to be in for a whole treat. You see the guys there from Limited trying to make it onto the circle from that southern edge. Same thing can be said about Cyclone Shoot, looking to use that western bridge to make it into the circle, as O3 Brothers start their movement up to that northern edge of the circle. Not a bad rotation if you ask me. You do see rotational clusters though coming through from the side there of F5 and the side of Men of Blood as they make their way into the circle. Men of Blood looking to make it into the center of the circle. O3 Brothers also going to that off center. So I see a couple of teams trying to play from that center, and this is where it's going to start to get crazy. O3 Brothers though, they do see that rotation coming in through, as EFX will be laying in the shot onto the side there of Men of Blood. The full send is going to come through. Skrillex has already found himself in this position. The full send onto the side there of F5 as we see more players coming into the position. O3 Brothers trying to see if they can lay a little bit of cover fire as Skrillex tries to make it out of the vicinity. It's a good play as O3 Brothers not quite looking to engage onto that fight, at least not at this moment, as shots will be raining through onto the side there of F5. Citizens find themselves in a mix on that eastern edge as we see them going in head to head against the side there of AFRO Esports. Peachy does take a lot of damage through, coming through from Bego as we see Neo still driving all around. I spoke about that man's driving, and Bego is going to be tracing him, but not quite able to do that finishing blow to take him out of there. It's a flanker up against the flanker. Neo still driving around, and it's a question of where does it stop? Where does that man stop? We do see Jetto on the top of the hill, quite aware of that position coming through from takes in the shots, is pretty much stable, gets a couple to connect, not quite able to get him down. As the Citizens having themselves in this fight, it's a very confusing one. 11 does go for the full send, finds not quite able to take him down. The support is there though to take down Neo, and both teams looking to drive it into too much. Hunter comes in for the third party, he gets a couple of shots onto 11, but he himself is very low on HP. Jetto from the top of the hill will take him down, and Citizens would emerge victorious on that engagement as they now see it with 5 eliminations. O3 Brothers still looking to get close and personal to the side there of F5. The full send does seem to have come through. No name downstairs, but Greif is knocked down. The jump through coming down from Ash as he's looking to find those players out here. O3 Brothers crashing this one with I think 3 players, or maybe they did lose one, but grenades will be landing downstairs. A beautiful one lands up onto No Name. It's going to take him down, and F5 know that is the intro they need. Skrillex finds himself low on HP. O3 Brothers now handicapped in this one as we do see Shin coming in through. Skrillex will go down as O3 Brothers now left with the one. It's going to be none other but Skrillex holding it up outside. It's good for one, but not enough for the full squad as he would eventually get taken out. Side of Active Gaming definitely heard that fight. Not looking to third party yet as we see Cyclone Shield getting started with the side of Limited. It's going to be Chris, the first one to go down. Active Gaming still looking for a safe haven in that circle. Not quite able to find one at the moment. And that zone continues to terrorize as it does shifts down to the south. And this is trouble for all of these teams. Active Gaming looking for a way into the circle. Cyclone Shield, they spot that rotation coming in through. The shots will be going out, not quite able to get any to connect. Cyclone Shield already up by 5 eliminations. T1 teams, they pack Euro players, so there's no T1 African team. Jonathan, you pitch or you poach a very good point there, and I think I'm going to speak on that a little bit. Maybe after this, because the game is the game is already getting hot. But anyway, I think I hear what you say about that, but I think I also do have like another opinion about it, because I mean there's only so many Euro players you can have that would make you, that would make you not, be African. So I would think that that shouldn't be a reason why they shouldn't be hosting T1 scrims anymore. Because at the end of the day, I think I will take it more as a challenge if I'm going up against, EU players and I'm able to do well. I feel like that's pretty much a challenge that, eventually that's what we look at, right? We really want to go up to the EMEA leagues, to the MENA leagues, or we want to go to, the PMGC ultimately, right? And I'm like, when we're going there, we're not going to be facing our own. So sometimes you might want to break out from your comfort zone. But like I said, I wouldn't say I'm not supporting it, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think that's a reason to fall off on hosting T1 scrims, right? So like I said, there used to be tiered scrims, and I feel like if there's a tiering system, it kind of makes things a little bit fun. At least for me, it makes me want to stream, because would want to see how teams are advancing. I remember then when there was a promotion and relegation, I'm actually just throwing out free ideas. So man, guys, if you're a scrim organizer, definitely start taking down notes. Speaking of notes, we do get another zone shift down to the south. It's trouble. Citizens driving straight into the side there of F5 on that northern edge of the circle, looking to clear it in, and the guys there from Ultimate Gaming are going to be the ones taking in some shots, as they have that last player just sending straight into the circle. EFX, they've been in a whole lot of skirmishes in today's games, but they're not quite able to get any of them to connect, as Active Gaming get the side there of F5 driving around them. Psycho not quite able to go down, but Perlo is going to go down on that northern edge of the circle. This is absolutely chaotic when it comes to the rotation, and I swear to you guys, I cannot blame these teams. This is not the easiest of zones to play. It's a very, very bad zone. Men of Blood getting blessed by this rotational errors coming through from the side of Active Gaming. Ash finds himself down, but he's got the ridge line cover as B-Baby, the first player there from Men of Blood, would go down. Manuel has to play a little bit of cover fire for that team, taking in some shots towards the members there of F5. Will not be able to get them to connect, as it does look to be a whole lot of trouble on that northern edge of the circle. Baby has to get revived, and he might just get revived. But many of this other team, Dream Team, though, not in the best of positions. They find themselves in a very, very bad position, if you ask me. It's a question of how they're going to make it into that circle, because, man, you've only got that bridge. Fine, you can switch parts, but, it becomes very tricky when we start to talk about this zone that we've got here. G3 does come in for the push, focuses on the side there of Active Gaming, and Men of Blood will be the one to take them out, as Manuel, holding that devil's weapon, will be able to do all the damage. F5 taking out the players there from Active Gaming one after the other, as we still see more rotations coming in through on that northern edge of the circle. Citizens still scurrying around. Side of VFX able to make it into that circle from that northeastern edge. Pyro and Dila trying to see if they can hold it up for that squad. As they hear the shot, Shiva finds himself in a whole lot of skirmish, as Dila is going to be taking in some shots. Or make that, yeah, Dila though, taking in some shots. We do see F5 welcoming the side of Citizens into the circle. Shots come through, and that will be one down for the Citizens. Is Erangel, as Bego finds himself very low on HP. The blue zone's not making things any easier for him. He's moving. Shiver spots him, takes him down, as it's going to be Beanie getting shocked or getting blessed with that one. But the third party is imminent. Vehicles exploding as everyone comes in for the clash. Jetto, the last player left for the Citizens, trying to see if he can hold it up, but who's knocking is not who is thirsting, as the third party is very, very imminent in this zone. Men of Blood still looking quite alright, as that zone moves down to the south. It's horror for all of these teams. Molotovs being thrown out, as F5 does decide to come in for that push. For Joe takes the shots, gets mobbed down, and that is going to be Manuel going back into the lobby. 8 eliminations onto the side there of F5, but they would eventually get third-partied by ATROX Gaming, who are still up by 3 players. And like I said, this is actually where it starts to get crazy, because this zone is not the best. There isn't so much cover to work with, and all of these teams just have to make do with the vehicles. Oh my goodness, ATROX looking to get started on that southern edge. They do have pretty much the best position-ish when you start to look at like just position-wise. But when you start to look at the cover that they have, it's very, very limited. As you can see, Bugsy looking for the tires of the buggy. I don't know if you see what I did there, but ATROX They are taking shots from everywhere, and this is what I was saying about that cover not being the best. Madara is going to be the first man down. He does get thirsted as Cheto tries to make his way into the circles, gets spotted by EFX, and that is going to be a GG's to him. Shiver is going to be the next in line as Dila spots him jumping into the water, takes in a couple of shots, not quite able to get that player down as Shiver is able to make it into the water quite alright. The Dream Team, they're looking good. They have eyes on everybody, but that zone is not helping them in any manner as they lose set to it. Storm gonna be the last player left as the players there from Vena Amoris find their way into the circle. EFX down to 1. Spyro spots the players there from Vena Amoris trying to see if he can take them down, but that zone not in his favor. He could grab the revive in the water. He still spots Shiver though, trying to come out to gas for a little bit of air. He's gonna wait for that one, but only 50 seconds on the clock, and it does look like Vena Amoris, the team who has been quiet all game long, might just be the one to get this winner chicken dinner. Babs is down, but he's going to be fine. They do have the most cover, as EFX would have just one more player to hold down the fort for them. Dream Team down to 1. ATROX also down to 1. And Vena Amoris still up with 4 players alive. Shiver, it's got a good position though. It's got a couple of smokes to work with. Dream Team, Storm, it's got nice cover though, not going to lie. It's got nice cover, but it's only a matter of time. If the players there from Vena Amoris has got enough grenades, oh no, they might just be able to take him out there. Question is, how good are they with their throwables? They do look to be getting closer and closer as we see Nads. That zone moves again, favors the side of ATROX. Pyro still in the water, looking like nothing can go wrong. Gasping up for a little bit of air. Shiva might just spot him, as we do see Nads gets the knock up onto, or gets the confirm up onto Storm. It's now down to a 4v2. But Shiver is going to be the one to take down Pyro as the blue zone now comes through, reduces his HP. Beta, who taking some shots, not quite able to get him down as Shiver now finds himself in a 1v4 against the side there of Vena Amoris. Clumsy spots him, takes in the shots, but Nads is already good on the flank. The shots have been there, the damage is done. Vena Amoris, they're looking good, they're looking strong. Molotovs in the hands of Nads, he's going in closer and closer, spots in Shiver's head, taking the pre-fire. The shots will come through, but Shiver, he will counter, takes him down as Shiver now looking like he might do it, but Zeta's grenade is wonderful and he takes them out as Vena Amoris would walk home with that first winner chicken dinner of the day with 5 eliminations to go alongside it. What looked to be like the most troublesome zone anyone could ask for in PUBG Mobile is what has just happened. This is what all of these teams have just witnessed, and it is painful. Very, very painful. Or actually not painful, actually. It's actually good to see that these teams are able to play like this. I mean, it was a whole lot of chaos, but I think, you know, this is one of the reasons why we always want streams for scrimmages, because now you know that this was chaotic. This is how we try to rotate in this zone, but you know, you can come back, watch the stream, see how you rotated, and be like, okay, this is where we made the error, this is how we should have made the rotation, this is how we should have played it. So like I said, this is why we need more scrimmages in the community. But Vena Amoris is able to hold on quite alright, 5 eliminations, and the winner chicken dinner, maybe not the best, especially when we start to look at that new placement point system. Yeah. ATROX in second place with 3 elims, the side of EFX in third place with 6, Dream Team in fourth place with 2, the side of Sidizens in fifth place with 9, side there of F5 in sixth place with 8 elims. And it's, you know, it's kind of funny to see that the teams that are getting the most eliminations aren't even like in the top 3. You know, we start to see them in the top 5, and we saw a couple of teams actually frag out, like the likes of Sidizens, Dream Team. Not Dream Team. F5, they're also doing a whole lot of damage. You know, EFX were actually involved in a whole lot of fights, but unfortunately they were not quite able to hold on. If they had a full squad, maybe they just would have played a little bit better. But I mean, third place with 6 elims, not too bad. Side there of F5 in 6th place with 8, the side of 21st Century in 7th place with 3, Active Gaming in 8th place with 3, G3 in 9th place with 1. Ultimate Gaming, I believe, in 10th place with 3. 11th is going to be Cyclone Shield with 5. Limited in 12th with 1. 03 Brothers in 13th with 1. Decided AFRO Esports in 14th with 2. From Mars in 15th place with 6. Apex in 16th place with 1. This guy is there of Void Club in 17th with 1. Fowl Play in 18th place with 1. And Habitual Gaming in 19th place with 0 eliminations to their name. What a game that we've just seen. That was wonderful. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, these zones this zone, when we start to talk about PUBG Mobile, is actually it's actually a terror to all of these teams. And like I said, I wouldn't really throw out any lashes because this is not the best of zones, but seeing the way these teams have played it is kind of alright. I like the fact that some teams actually saw that this is a very crazy zone and they decided to capitalize on it. And I'm talking about the likes of Sidizens, the likes of EFX, you know, and F5. You know, these are three teams that I feel like they really stood out for me in this first game, given the fact that they looked at that zone, saw the type of zone that it was, and they're like, okay, you know, with this type of zone, trying to look for a position might not be the best, so let us try to frag out as much as possible, which is wonderful to see. You know, we saw them trying to go for aliens. When that zone would shift, we'd see F5 and Citizens on the edge of the blue rather than trying to make it into the circle, trying to clear out the teams, trying to get as much eliminations as possible. So these are the good plays that I would always enjoy to see, that I would always commend coming through from all of these players. But I could ramble on and on and on about what just happened in that last game, but you know what, we've got 3 more games to go and we'll be right back. I have to get to the next game, which is going to be none other but Miramar, your map, my map, the Sandy Dunes. We'll get into it. I'll be right back in a while. Please do not look at how outdated my my logo and my everything is. You know, I said I was gonna fix it, but I forgot to, and I'm not even in the mood to fix it today. So much for the first stream of the year. But if you've not shared the stream, be sure to share it, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you've not, and I'll be right back in a few. Alrighty, Shiver. It does look like you've got a fan in the chat. It's gonna be none of that but Tian Prinsloo. Anyway, long talks cut short. Welcome. Oh wait, I thought we were going to Miramar, but it does turn out we'll be going into Sanhok instead, which I don't mind. So far I get to watch these players play, that is all I need to see. Sanhok, oh sorry, we've seen Erangel turn out to be good. Actually, I said I was gonna be doing this now. Professional. Anyway, Sanhok is that crazy team that crazy map that we all would like to watch. So that being said, we're about to get into it. I don't like the way I'm looking this morning. I promise you, I don't know why. I do not know why, but anyway, maybe because I actually didn't want to wear this shirt today, but maybe I might change it. But anyway, that being said, we've seen the first game of the day. We're about to head into the second game of the day. It's going to be none other but Sanhok. We've seen first game go over to the side of Vena Amoris. But I'm pretty sure a couple of teams actually did do well, get a couple of eliminations. Like I said, there were a couple of teams that actually did stand out to me. So that being said, we're about to watch them go at it again in the second game of the day with the hopes that they're actually going to do better. So that being said, with Aola Balo, and delays, we're getting into the next game. If you're new to the channel, kindly subscribe. Be sure to drop a like if you've not. I don't want my face to be showing when I'm doing all of this. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you've not liked the stream, be sure to like the stream. And yes, share that stream and stay active in the chat, because you guys know I always vibe with what you're saying in that chat. But anyway, I did see someone I was gonna actually talk about the whole EU player thing in that Jonathan did speak about, and I'm just like, I get your points, but at the same time, like I said, it's not an excuse. I feel like I'm just more of what happened to the tiering system, what happened to, T1 screams, T2 screams, trying to prepare teams up against each other, where there's that rush, where there's that eagerness, to, change up your stream, try to, change up your tier, try to get better at the game. Because I feel like when there's an active tiering system, you know that you'd obviously want to just do better, make it into that make it into the higher tiers, try to even maintain in those tiers. So yeah, that is something that I would really like to see. But anyway, long talk short shots, we've got fights in boot camp as Sidizens looking to find himself in an early skirmish with the side there of Disparaged or make that team Apex, as Shin will be the first player to go down. We've got Trader coming in from the outside. I don't know how this team is allowed to play. Their insignias are not it, so we're going to call them team random. We do see Yo Trader catches Jetto sleeping on that staircase, and this time is going to come through with the Oni Badger. Very, very disgusting weapon, if you ask me. Ahedo does get spotted on the outside. It drug jiggles. A wonderful from Trader, as he's able to get two players down from the side of Citizens' nightmare right now is none other but Trader. But Bego is going to be able to get one back. 11 will be able to get the other, as Citizens get their redemption, 4 eliminations, and they're still able to keep 2 up. But it's not done yet, as the players there from Mars are still in the vicinity to look to come in for that third party. Further engagements would be going on that Camp Alpha side of things, as we see the players there from Free Esports looking to get started with the side there of F5. It does look like one knock has come through onto Rumsey. Jagaban going to be chilling on the outside of the fence, as Nabil looking to find that whole thirst. The rest of the ATROX team taking out players from Men of Blood, and that'll be a GG well played on that side. Maybe not the GG well played. Bugsy does seem to be the first one down. It's getting crazy over there. Jagaban still trying to hold it up as 21st century. Oh, sorry, make that Men of Blood, trying to see if they can get the knocks. Nabil, though, does get a grenade onto himself. Definitely making things easier. EFX getting started in Paradise, or around Paradise. I think that's where that is going on. We decide there of Cyclone Shield, as we do see one player going down. Make that 3, though, as Sticks able to see if he can get a little bit of a redemption for his team. EFX, they need to grab that revive. It's a wonderful grenade coming through from Sticks. He lands up onto the side, gets Sudi back into the lobby, and that is a wonderful play coming through from Sticks. That man has got 4 eliminations. It's definitely a squad wipe, as he's able to hold his own and keep his team alive out there in Paradise. Sticks OP. You know what they say, enough sticks for everybody, and he's able to share enough sticks onto the side there of EFX as they do get sent back into the lobby. Dream Team looking to get started with Habitual in her 10. They have one player already down in Chris, the man who we saw fragging out a whole lot in that Erangel game. Does look like would be the first player to go out now in that engagement to the side of Habitual Gaming Citizens. looking to get cornered by the side there of From Mars, or Three Brothers looking to have fun in Painan, all alone as G3 drawing in closer and closer to the side there of Void Club Africa. Moha definitely felt their presence as he has to activate his control alternate JP and get the flip out of here. I think I need to increase the volume. Can barely hear anything. Alright. Things have calmed down a little bit. We're going to be putting over back to boot camp. Try to see what is going on this side of things. From Mars, still looking to play a little bit shy. I would have expected that they pushed into the main building now, but it does look like Limited are here. Sorry's going to get that first knock on to Bego, and the full send is going to come through from the side there of Mars, or from Mars. Or maybe not. Looks like 11 would have enough time to grab the revive as Asif and Machine look to draw closer and closer. The pre-fires will be coming in through, and here comes the full send. Citizens trying to hold it up as we see Asif coming in through, trying to see if he can get those knocks, trying to clear the whole building, and that is wonderful play coming through from them, you know, going scouring all around. But they've got to do this quick. Limited are outside for the third party. 11 is good for one player. The jump shots come through. 11 try to hold his own against 3, but we will not be able to, as Bego will be the last player left and would eventually get taken down by the Machine. The side there of Limited, they hear it. It's a question of do they want to come in for the shots, or do they want to come in for the third party? Pardon me. Are they actually limited? Yeah, unlimited. Sorry, not limited. They are unlimited. Then UX is now which one then? Unlimited? Team X. Oh, how about that? Dream Team though, in her team, looking to get started with the side of Habitual. They do get an intro knock with the grenade, but it doesn't look like they're going for the full send yet, so I'm not going to pull over to that point. As we see, watch the guys there from Unlimited make their way into boot camp. Chris looking to be the first man in line, or Cristo. He's got Molotovs in hand. There's a beautiful place coming through from them, but I would still expect them to play this a little bit more aggressively. You know, it scrims. You might as well just have as much fun with it. Dream Team looking to go for that thirst as they draw in closer and closer to the side there of Habitual Gaming. Just one player left to hold down the fort, but he cannot, as Cryo would eventually go down. Last player there from Habitual not in sight. Well, actually, he is in sight. It is Death Fury. Oh, sorry, it is Soul, who's just looking to activate his JP card and get out of there. Free Esports, they head those shots, and they do look to be scouring and sending it into the vicinity. They do want the third party. They've got 3 eliminations onto their name, courtesy of the side there of, was it Men of Blood? No, it wasn't Men of Blood, but anyway, they do already have 3 eliminations to their name, and it does look like they want more as they're heading in closer and closer to the side there of Dream Team. Tim's going to be the first in line. We do see the side there of From Mars getting started in boot camp with the side there of Unlimited. Shots would already begin to fly out, but it does look like the full send has not come through yet. I'm trying to see where this is leading to with the side there of Free Esports. Jagaban and Romsey drawing closer and closer. Abubakar now is going to be the first in line. The players there from Dream Team, they are very aware of his position. Molotovs in their hand as they're letting the grenades fly. Dream Team is going to lose one player first to the side of Free Sports, as Abubakar is going to be the one to get the, sorry, make that Rumsey getting that knock. DBS is in the hands of all of these players, and this is one of the reasons why we like Sanhok. Archer is able to get one down, not quite able to get his flush, as he would eventually get taken out from the side by Jagaban. Abubakar jumps down, will be able to grab that revive. Assad might just be opting to do the same. And this is where it starts to get tricky. Does he go for the revive? Does he stay? Does he try to get the elims? He needs to heal up, but it doesn't look like that is an option. The pre-fires will be coming in through. Not quite able to get it to connect. Goes in the FPP mode. It might not play out well for this player as he goes outside and he's going to receive so much DBS bullets in his face as Dream Team would eventually get taken out. The fight there in boot camp is going to continue as Cristo downstairs in the main building. And they have an idea. They know exactly where all of these teammates are. As Unlimited looking to draw in closer and closer. Machine looking for that dirty angle. Is he going to be able to play to that angle? He does see the players there from Unlimited, one after the other. Cyclone Shield are out there on Bootcamp Hill. They definitely would hear these shots. And they might just be coming in for the third party of the century. I'm going to show you guys the map so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It does look like a whole lot of trouble in Bootcamp. And man, all of these teams have to move because this is looking like a Camp Alpha zone. I don't know. A little bit of a stalemate out here in boot camp. Unlimited. Still looking for that introductory knock onto the side there of From Mars. Pre-fires will be coming in through Cristo. Just looking to hold it on carefully as foul play gets started with the side of MLB on that northern bridge. PlayStation out there on the bottom of the bridge, trying to see if he can get an E in him. It's not going to be happening. Baby does jump down, goes straight into the water. It's a nice play, but he's got Manuel trying to see if he can lay a little bit of cover fire, but there's only so much he can do. He gets third party from the side, or make that off angle from the side, but Baby is onto something. He runs out of bullet, has to switch the weapon, but he's not able to do that in time as he eventually gets taken out. Men of Blood go out once again, but Active Gaming, they heard the shots. They won the third party. They're coming in for it. Sleepless is taking in some shots, but they're not going for the push. They've got 1 minute. They cannot sleep on this, and they instantly realize that one as they go for that full send. Free Esports still looking to draw closer to the side of Habitual. It does look like they find the last player as 03 Brothers get started with Void Club out there on the side in fine. And the shots are going to come through. Sleepless is able to get a knock up onto Lone Wolf. He has to go in. Shea on top of the bridge, not quite able to go down. As foul play, they find themselves in a whole lot of trouble. They either have to get into the water to start swimming or look for a whole defense to play. As we pull over to the side of Void Club Africa. Out here with 03 Brothers. Shots will be coming in through. Snakes in the grass. And it's a wonderful grenade from Skrillex to take down one. He's got another one prepped in hand. Rios has got one too. And they keep sending it towards guys there of Void Club Africa. They're in a lot of trouble. It's a 4v4. More grenades are landing. It's wonderful. Ninja. And we've seen that man before. Throw out some beautiful grenades as Rios is going to come in from the side. Skrillex does get taken out from the side. Rios comes in with the vector. It doesn't look like 03 Brothers are getting this one right. Evil Nexus is down. And it is down to Rios to hold down the fort for his team, but he cannot. As 03 Brothers, they get that one wrong. Void Club Africa are able to survive, and once again, it is Ninja coming through to save his team with that beautiful 4-piece onto the side there of 03 Brothers. Wonderful to see. And this is not the first time we see Ninja hold up in a 1v4 against the team when his team is in danger. So you've got to give that man his accolades, give him his flowers. Last time I saw him do that was in a Clatter of Clans. But anyway, Active Gaming, they do look to be going fishing today as they're taking it out. I know, right? This is like the second 1v4 that we're seeing today, if not the third. You know, we've seen a couple of 1v4s coming in through, but none coming through from Shiva. You know, Shiva is the man we're looking out for. That zone does go over to the western edge as we see the guys there from Unlimited already going in for that full send. One player is already down for the side there. As we see the full send coming in through. S12K in the hand in FPP mode is not going to work. As we see the one push coming in through. Uncle is able to get one player down. Goes for the instant thirst. And the side there of Mars looking to be in a whole lot of trouble as Boyka would have to hold it up as the last player left for his team. He knows there's a couple of knocks, but he has to go for that full send, trying to see if he can play for the 100 IQ player. And this is how we get to know how much classics this player plays on a daily, how much he knows about bootcamp, if he's one of those people who like to get recalled, if he's one of the Erangel boys. But it does look like he doesn't have a good on goal as the uncle goes to the top of the roof, gets the instant thirst. And that is going to be the end of From Mars as the zone continues to push on further, close it up as we have 9 teams left in the game. And the zone looking to be kind of fair to the teams, you know, if you ask me, because it didn't go over to Camp Alpha. It's around the Camp Alpha area, but you know, we're definitely not going to be seeing those terrible heals in play. Active Gaming, though, they do look to come in for a whole lot of trouble as Ash is able to get that first knock onto the side there of Free Esports. Going to be following it suit with a wonderful thirst. That's the life we live in, man. Knock and lobby, bro. No time, no flipping time. Ninja is gonna go down as the side there of Void Club Africa go up against the side there of G3. We do see Madara Oop or Madara Oop up, Madara up, whatever. They're pushing G3 up against the side there of Void, and Ace is going to be the last player left. He's got the Tommy gun in hand, 50 bullets in the clip, goes for the jiggle, gets one player down, but he cannot hold it on as he's going to lose his life. Death God, the last player left on the flank angle, trying to see if he can prevent the thirst, but it's not going to work as he's going to get tagged up on the top of the hill, and it's going to be Glock Rop taking him down. Slither of HP. It came down to that desync, and it eventually worked out well for them as G3 would get the full wipe onto the side of Void Club Africa. 3 eliminations to their name. We continue. Team 16. I don't know what team this is. I think they are Team X. Oh, GenX. Anyway, GenX Esports, they do look to be at the top of Camp Alpha, letting in some shots fly towards Free Esports while looking for a way into that circle. Abubakar is going to be the first player to go down. Free Esports, do they have Okai in play today? No, they don't. But anyway, teams on the bottom of the hill trying to see if he can hold it up for his team, but his advantage is not the best, especially when you're looking to shoot at someone who's sitting on the top of a hill. And this is where landing in Camp Alpha becomes troublesome, because if a team makes it up to the top of that hill, making it to the top of that hill, or making it around, is going to be so hard. And that is what the side there of GenX Esports are looking to do. They're looking to prevent all of these teams from getting into the circle, trying to play gatekeeper as much as possible, make use of that high ground advantage before they lose it. And that is wonderful to see. Unlimited, they've been on fire today. Maybe not on fire, but they've been up. They're doing well, at least in the second game. Who won the first winner chicken dinner again? That was Vena Amoris, and they do look to still be alive on that bridge. I just realized my map has been opened since. Imagine. Imagine. Anyway. But yeah, it's not too bad. It just to stay. It's gonna be third party. Active Gaming. They've been third party kings going into this Sanhok game. The uncle letting in some shots fly towards Sleepless. He's not gonna be able to get Sleepless down. And I think the side of Active Gaming, they've got more to worry about. And it's going to be that blue zone, which is helping the side there of Unlimited take out Active Gaming one after the other. Sleepless is going to be the man down. And Uncle needs to grab a revive onto two of his teammates. But that elimination seems to be his main priority right now. Molotov's coming towards his position as the side of Cyclone should have clocked. They know exactly who is in the vicinity now, as Active Gaming now losing players to the side of Cyclone Shield. Not proper scouting coming through from them as they find themselves in a whole lot of danger. One player is going to be left. It's going to be Ash, the IGL of that team, to hold things down for them. G3 find themselves in a whole lot of trouble on that bridge, being held by the side there of Vena Amoris. We know Vena Amoris, they've got the right momentum going into this game, given that, you know, they won that last winner chicken dinner. You know, and we did see them play it very carefully and strategically. But unfortunately, it's not getting them as much eliminations as they may need. Unlimited though, down to 2 players. Trying to see if they can go on for this push onto the side of Cyclone Shield. Cyclone Shield trying not to waste as much time as possible. Sticks knows exactly where these players are. The Molotov is wonderful up onto the uncle. He has to lie down, but the blue zone is not helping matters. His HP is chunked down to the minimum. He's able to get that HP back up, but Cyclone Shield, they need to continue to send those troubles to that direction. They cannot let these 2 players slow them down. Kelex going for that ultimate snake strat. Trying to see. Rubbing his belly on the floor. He's able to spot the uncle. But he's got no more throwables. It means he has to let the guns do it. Does stand up. Pops, gets the knock. Goes for the instant thirst. Able to get it down. But he himself will get taken down. At least by his HP. By Cristo. I think Cyclone Shield might just leave that one player to battle it out in the blue zone. We're going to be moving further into that circle as Habitual's last player finds Glock on his flank. But it does look like the revive might just come through. I'm looking to see what is going on in that place. As Shival, though, he does look to be driving closer. He's trying to save his teammates. And this is where we love to see. He's got smokes in hand, but Habitual Gaming, you know it's a solo. He definitely wants his elim as he's letting those grenades fly. It's wonderful. Chunks down a whole lot of HP up onto G-Log, but that man is shooting at the vehicle instead. Has to go in for the full send, but the third party, the cover fire is absolutely wonderful from Madara as he's able to take down Habitual. Back into the lobby. We're down to the final 6. Vena Amoris, they've been in this compound for quite a while. They're not taking any shots. They're just holding it up as we're about to get yet another zone shift. It's deadly zone shift. 50% water, 50% land. And G3, they have to get into that circle from that western edge. On the eastern edge is the side of Cyclone Shield. And GenX have to make it into that circle from the north. But they do not have the best of cover. They've got eyes on the guys there of Cyclone Shield, or from Cyclone Shield. It's a question of how well would they be able to hold it. And I think Kelex also sees that player, takes in the shot. It's wonderful up onto Lynx as he's going to take down Lynx. Does look like the revive will come through though. As well as GenX trying to hold it up on the top of that hill. Freak going for that revive. And I just love the speed of the smoke grenade that was thrown in that situation. You know, the instant your teammate gets knocked, you already throw a smoke. So, you know, kind of keep yourself a little bit safe. Now, these guys there from GenX, they have to get into that circle. I heard some people driving, and it's going to be none of that, but these guys there from... Oh, wait, who's driving? I thought it was G3, but it actually wasn't. It was Free Esports who seem to be trying to make their way out of this position that they find themselves. But the side there of Vena Amoris not looking to make things easier for them. Nads has been spotted as the shots will be coming in through. Trying to see it from an off angle here. 2 players in the compound as Free Esports find himself in a whole lot of a skirmish. Clumsy is definitely aware of this one. Vena Amoris do lose one. It's going to be Zeta to Free Esports who are trying to make it into that circle. All teams trying to run into that circle right now, but it's not the easiest of tasks. The guys there from Vena Amoris, they have to play third party, they have to play gatekeeper, but they still have the side there of G3 Temple to worry about, or sorry, make that G3 to worry about. Shots will be coming in through, not quite able to connect from Rabs as the pre-fires are wonderful up onto his window. The side there of Vena Amoris not getting this right as they get overwhelmed by teams. Already down by 2 players, left to the last player to grab that revive. As the side of GenX, they see the players there from G3, but they're not quite taking the shots as Glock trying to load in those grenades. He's been spotted though by True. True's going to take the shots. It's 3 headshots, not quite able to get it to connect as Rabs finds himself in a whole lot of trouble. Rabs still trying to hold it up in that compound, but it's only a matter of time. Papa Blue's pushing him out. He has to make that move. Glock also has to make that move, but he's going to get shot at from behind by Rabs. And that is going to be 1 player down. This is painful. Getting taken out from the blue zone. Rabs has to heal and make it into the circle, but it's going to be a tough one. At the side of GenX, they've got eyes on everyone in the circle. They've got a good position, but Lynx is overextending. Doesn't pay attention to the shots he's taking from the side, and he would eventually get knocked. That is one of the knocks where you cannot get revived. The blue zone is moving too fast for you to stop. Cyclone shield coming in for the third party. It's a wonderful grenade coming through from KLX to take down True to 0 HP basically, and he's got more, sending it out. Not quite able to get it to connect, but the blue zone would eventually catch up to that man and send him back. Rabs having to go for that huge strat instead. Cyclone shield, they've been on fire in this game, up to 7 eliminations already, and they look to still have 3 players alive, looking very strong. They know where the last players there from G3 are, and it's only a matter of when they decide to take them out. Roach on the top of the hill, he sees that rotation coming through, or maybe not, there's a whole lot of rocks preventing him, blocking his eyesight. But I love this play coming through from Cyclone. She's sending 2 on the top. Sticks doing a whole, oh sorry, make that KLX doing a whole lot of damage. It's grenade in the hand of Roach, sends it. It's a long one up onto the 1. It's a little bit overcooked, not going to be able to get quite connect. Oh, it's sexy from Shivo. 2-piece Cyclone shield instantly going to disadvantage, but KLX is good. His off angle is wonderful. He will prevent that thirst from now, as it's down to a 1v1v1. Or make that a 1v1 right now, as Vena Amoris lose their last player in the blue zone. Grenades will be landing up onto KLX, and this is a mad showdown here. Let's go on to it and see what is going on. We can go to our screen on this one, guys, I believe. So I need to be on KLX on this screen, and here we go, guys. Here we go. KLX trying to see if he can grab his thirst. Like I said, it's a 1v1. The 1 to not have the zone. Both players on the edge of the zone. By the time this next zone starts to move, both of them would have to move. It's down to who's ready, who wants to play the games. Cyclone shield, losing one after the other. 1 grenade has led them to this downfall. 16 seconds on the clock, and both teams have to find a way into the circle. D1 goes for the pick, gets a couple of shots to connect, but it's a huge trade coming in from both sides. That's beautiful distraction coming in from D1. He decides to go in from a different place, running and gunning on the side of the zone. Both players out of trouble. KLX also has to move because of the zone. 3x on the M4 is not enough as he now switches to the UMP. The 1 up against KLX. They were behind rocks before, but now they're behind 3s. Who wants to peek? The zone, KLX does not have it. He has to go. The 1 going for that quick pick is not going to be okay. As KLX, he's OP. Gets the thirst, gets the knock, wins his 1s, and Cyclone shield would go home with the second winner chicken dinner of the day. Is it just me, or this did not even feel like a Sanhok game at all? What a game. Nah, what an ending to a game too. It was down to the 1v1, and you've just got to give it to Shival. You know, he's got a fan in the chat who's saying, oh, Shiva this, Shiva that. I don't know if this is the Shiva or if it is the one from ATROX, but this Shival is OP. A wonderful 2-piece grenade, instantly sending the guys there from Cyclone shield to an instant disadvantage, and that was wonderful. But unfortunately, it came down to the 1v1, and it does look like KLX, he wins those, as he gets that winner chicken dinner for his team. 7, make that 9 eliminations for Cyclone Shield. Just 1 shot of 10. G3, second place with 8 eliminations. We've got third place is going to be Vena Amoris with 1. I would almost call this consistency, but it's only consistency in making it into the top 3. But I promise you, if you're not getting those eliminations, Vena Amoris, it's not really going to count. The side of GenX Esport in 4th place with 5 elims. Free Esports in 5th place with 10 elims. Love that. That's wonderful from Free Esports. And I just went on to just show you how important the third party is. You know, when you're in Sanhok, you want to, you know, it's a short map, right? If you hear the shots, go in for the third party. No time to waste time. And that is what they did. Free Esports, landing themselves 10 eliminations to go alongside it. Cannot complain. Love that. 6th place is going to be none other but Unlimited, as they finish with 5 elims. Habitual in 7th with 1. Active Gaming in 8th place with 4. Void Club Africa in 9th place with 4. From Mars in 10th place with 3. Foul Play in 11th place with 3. O3 Brothers in 12th place with 1. Men of Blood in 13th place with 4. Dream Team in 14th place with 3. Citizens in 15th with 4. The side there of F5. Falling 5, I believe that's what F5 is. Am I right? Am I right? Is it Falling 5? I thought it was Falling 5, but it seems like now they're Team Ruthless, which is oh, okay. Yeah, that is Team Ruthless, but they're using Falling 5, F5, whatever. Team Ruthless in 16th with 0. ATROX in 17th with 1. EFX in 18th with 1. And Random in 19th with 2 elims to their name. Back to me, people. That was a wonderful Sanhok game, to say the least, and I really enjoyed it. Seeing the way Cyclone Shield played that game was absolutely wonderful. You know, coming in from that, they started all the way from that northern edge-ish, because they started in Paradise, taking out the side there of EFX, courtesy of Sticks himself, my main man. You know, I thought that dude, whatever he knows right now. You see that squad wipe he did? I thought he. But anyway, we've seen 2 games go through. We've seen Cyclone Shield do well in the second one, and it's a question of how well are they going to continue at the end of the day, because like I said, the team that wins by the end of the day is actually going to get $15, and I think the second team, or second and third teams, are going to be getting VIP passes to the scrimmages. So I believe the guys here from Starrush Gaming, they have VIPs, you know, to make you kind of register early type of thing if you want early access. So yeah, the top 3 teams I believe are going to get that access for a month. So that being said, you really want to actually do well today. You know, fine, it is practice, but at the same time, you know, you want to make sure that you have more practice as time continues to go on. But that being said, our second game done and dusted. We're going to be heading into Miramar now, I believe. If it's not Miramar, I feel just faint, but I'm pretty sure it is Miramar this time. So stay tuned, stay connected. I'll be right back. Be sure to like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you've not, and it's never too late to share the stream. So that being said, see you soon. All right, welcome everybody. I said I'm not going to be talking with my whole mouth again, so I'm going to try to talk like with my mouth anyway. Long talk. We're about to get into the next game of the day. It's going to be none other but Miramar. We've had fun in the first two games. Vena Amoris walking home with the first winner chicken dinner in Erangel. We move over to Sanhok where we saw Cyclone shoot, get the winner chicken dinner for themselves. And now we're about to head into the third game of the day. It's going to be none other but Miramar. I'm about to see which one of these teams are sandy enough, which one of these teams like to play with the sand. You know, I'm going to take that winner chicken dinner. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is just scrims, but they're just playing for access, more advantage on the SRG server. So that being said, there is a lot to play for. There's also practice to play for. You know, I know a couple of these teams playing in the AUGL. You know, a couple of these teams would also be playing in the WAPL that is starting, I believe, tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this is good practice for all of these teams. My name is Crowns. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of miss this feeling. You know, I've seen about 37 viewers live, but I only see 19 likes. So guys, I believe I'm not doing bad. I'm 18 people short if I'm doing that math correctly. So guys, be sure to drop a like on the stream. You know, drop a like. Be sure to subscribe and share the stream also. And you know how it goes. We're about to get into it. We're gonna get started as we're in Miramar. Let's get into it. Welcome to Miramar. They left me in Spawn Island, but I'm not angry because, you know, man, there's no point. So yeah, we're just gonna keep up with them wherever they went. But anyway, welcome to Miramar, and we do have that semi-central plane path taking us all the way from I don't know where, but it's taking us to Torea. We might do the math yourself. But anyway, just so it's close to the center. It's one going from the south to the north. And it is down there on that eastern edge or eastern side or northeastern side ish. You shall get it, but it's shall close to the center and it's like around the east. I said no, central eastern side. Anyway, and the zone goes also to the east. So man, it does look like these teams will be in for a whole lot of fun. Everyone's already parachuting, finding their way down, as you can already see everyone jumping into their different location. Foul play will be going over to Picado. It's interesting to see that they do not have any team on them this time. Pretty sure they'll be glad about that, or maybe not even glad about that, you know, because we did see them struggling to defend their drop location out there in a couple of, or we usually see them having to defend their drop location when we start to look at their performances in tournaments. But it does look like in scrimmages that we're playing, they do look to be having a whole lot of fun. They're all on their own. There's nothing to worry about. But anyway, speaking of things to worry about, we do have a couple of shots coming through. Or we do have a couple of hot drops as we see make that San Martin. It does look to be very, very choked up. Free Esports looking to go on the push onto the side there of from Mars. Players looking to find those dirty angles, trying to see if they can push up closer and closer. It does look like oh, it's FR again, for real. FR, their team 11, which is Team Ruthless. Man, I prefer Falling 5 sharp, but okay. It does look like Team Ruthless would be the ones waiting for the side there of Free Sports. Parallel definitely sees the way they're moving, trying to see if he can anticipate their push, but it does look like there's a whole lot of places that these players there from Free Sports could come out from. The push does seem to continue. Parallel trying to go closer and closer to the stairs, or make it out to the roof. And it gets very scary when you start to hear players from Free Sports just, you know, clearing out your building one after the other. You could just see them, you know, they're doing the clear, they're doing the sweep of the whole building, and it's only a matter of time before they get to the roof. You can just see them forming up side there. They might just push upstairs. We do see Dream Team already in early engagements again. And at this point, it's getting disturbing, if you ask me. You know, there's 3 maps now where they've had to defend their drop location. But they won the one in Sanhok, and it does look like the one in Miramar, they're most likely not going to win it, as they find themselves overwhelmed by the numbers. As Vantage coming through from Active Gaming Storm finds himself very low. It does look like we've got a couple of DBSs in hand. It's going to be the first team pushing up. The Free Fire's coming through, but the off angle from Ash, oh sorry, make that Active Gaming is good. And Dream Team now down to Chris, the last player left, to try to see if he can clutch out the side there of Active Gaming. We saw Sidizens in the first game, but it does look like they would not be showing up for this next game. Ish. Well, I don't see them. But anyway, Shad's going to get tapped from the side out there in San Martin. And I feel like this San Martin fight It's just a long one, right? It's just a very long one. We don't know when it's going to end, who is going to take out who, you know, because like there's like 3/4 teams out here in the vicinity. Sorry, is that a bicycle? I think that was a bicycle. Let me see. Indeed, it is a bicycle, but he will get tapped from the top of the hill. Sorry. Unfortunately, it's off angle, not going to be playing well for him, but it does look like active. Or sorry, make that free sports would be the one trying to steal that Elam. Free sports still downstairs. I thought they were going for the sweep, but it does look like they're going to play this one a little bit passively. Random find themselves out there with the side there of O3 brothers in Los Leones. As AFRO Esports find themselves on the outskirts. Void, Team EFX in an engagement in El Azahar. They do look to be getting started. Vena Amoris this time will get taken out early. 4 eliminations, and EFX, they cleaned that up quite quickly. How about that? And I missed it. I actually did not see that. I didn't see that hot drop. Chris, on the other hand, though, he does look to get started with Active Gaming, but it's too much, as Active Gaming will send him back into the lobby. 3 eliminations to their name. Dream Team now out. Out. Team Ruthless, it almost looked like they were down to 2-man only, but nah. Still have a full squad out here in San Martin. The revive will come up through onto Sorry, which is good. As Free Sports still looking to push upstairs. They're clearing up the compound, clearing up the building one after the other. It's a beautiful grenade from Jagaban up onto Perlo. The full set is going to come in through, but the angles, they are very dirty. And the side there of Free Sports would go on for that push wonderfully. Get the 2 eliminations. And Team Ruthless left with only 2 players who are not close to each other. It does look like Leo will get taken out by Jagaban from the side. And the Star will be the last player left for for Team Ruthless. We do see the side of G3 though, also getting started in a skirmish in the center of the circle. It's going to be none other but G3 taking out GenX. One of the players there from GenX. The instant thirst is also going to follow. I believe that was a scout. Trying to scout who did get taken out. Sienda will still have about 2 teams that still have to battle things out. But G3, they stayed here for too long. And the side there of GenX, they're not too far from their scouts, as they will be able to get down 1 player. It does look like they may want more. Smoke grenades being pulled out, being deployed. Oh, but that man True doing a little bit of damage. That is wonderful distraction coming through. But the side there of GenX, they don't seem to want to go for the push, as True now finds himself very low on HP. You do see the flank though coming through from the side there of Why Not. And I want to know, G3 what? G3 BDV. I don't even know what the BDV means, but they've got up behind their name. Another knock does come through as Lynx is able to get a knock onto the side there of G3. They might go for that full send. I mean, I would advise it. But it doesn't look like they want to go for the push just yet. Ah, my hands hurt. Unlimited still out there in the blue zone, as they're chilling in El Pozo. As Void Club Africa are looking to make it into the circle. They started in Monte Nuevo. They're finding vehicles. Looks like the eastern edge is what they've got in mind. And that zone looking to have a whole lot of water. Not too helpful. Team Ruthless lose their last player. AFRO Esports also getting blown up on rotation. Does look like there's a whole lot happening in the game right now. But it's pretty much just scrappy fights all across the board, as the trade continues between GenX Esports and G3. And this is one of the situations where, you know, a sniper is really needed in Miramar, you know. Glock. Looking for that knock. Lynx sees him. Like I said, this is actually just trade coming through on this side of these teams, which is nice to see. You know, when you're going up against teams on that are not too close to you, you know, you just want to like put in the shots, try to like, you know, prevent them from having full HP. If you're able to eventually knock so many players, you can go for the full send, and you know it's gonna be just a walk in the park to get the fights. But speaking of walking in the park, these guys are not going to be walking too well on this Miramar grounds as AFRO Esports find themselves going up against Cyclone Shield. Falcon, KLX already up by 1 elimination. Falcon with the 249 in hand, looking to find Hunter out here on this push. Does look like the chase is on. He hears the footsteps. He knows where the player is. Going in for the shots. The jiggle is there. It's wonderful from Falcon. And Falcon 9 is going to be able to take down one player from AFRO Esports as they lose to Neo, having to hold up for his team. It's got vehicles, I believe. He does stand up for the push. Stand up for a little bit of a peek. And KLX definitely sees it. He goes for the shots. He's able to connect a few, but he's not able to connect enough, as that player will still remain alive. Cyclone Shield not going for the engagement, which is kind of weird. You know, you already have 2 eliminations. And they know the last 2 players are spread. So more reason why I'd actually expect that, you know, they go for that full send. And it does look like that might be the plan. We do see Falcon and KLX looking to get into the vehicle, trying to get closer and closer. Neo forming up on his teammate Outcast, and they're trying to get out of here. They might just run into a cluster. KLX and Falcon, they hear the vehicle. They do not want to go for the car chase, which I would have suggested. Nah, these guys are not looking to have fun today, man. I would have actually gone for that car chase. Chase them. Chase them down. Men of Blood still looking alive on that northern edge. They do have Lobby forming up on the team. Only Lobby has his own Men of Blood before his name. Wahala. Wahala, wahala. Isha won't stand out. Anyway. Ultimate. I keep trying to call them Ultimate Gaming, and that's because like I have a team that, you know, or I know a team that is Ultimate Gaming. So seeing that, EFX trying to go out, but unfortunately, going for a rotation, and the tries there from GenX try to uproot some of them, but it looks like Legend is gonna get taken down. And now GenX, they've been in a whole lot of engagement today. The amount of damage they would have done right now is not small, and I really want to see Pyro's got he's got a sniper in hand. But EFX, they look to want this smoke. They look to want this fight. They do come in for the full send. A couple of players already losing HP. This is not the best of pushes coming through from them. Grenades being thrown out from the side of GenX. It's not enough to stop the side of EFX as they're looking for their own intro knocks. Sends one as it's going to be true going down. Dila goes in for the full send. Yes, that player is on the top of the hill, but the hill advantage would not work for Zila as he does go down. The instant thirst follows suit. Legend, he's doing absolutely wonderful. But the full send is coming in from Pyro from the right, as Legend would eventually get taken out by Sudi, who's got a beautiful off angle. Links, the last player left, he would eventually get third party by Shiva from ATROX. And that would be a GG, well played to the guys there from GenX. And I feel like GenX actually just wasted a whole lot of time on that fight. They could have ended that quite easily. Shiva now. Baba wanted to loot, but it looks like EFX have other plans as they will eventually uproot him from that vehicle and send him back into the lobby. 21st, make that Men of Blood. They hear all of that noise. What do they want to do about it? So AFRO Esports getting taken out in the background by Team Random. Players there from Mars making into the circle. Sorry, staying very true to his bicycle. You've just got to admire that patience. That will, the zeal, you know, coming through from him. Southern rotation coming through from the side there of Void Club Africa. They will be running into a little bit of a cluster with the side there of Cyclone Shield, but probably will be fine for now. Foul play in an engagement, but it is long distance. G3 just getting a couple of knocks here and there, doing a little bit of scouting and information gathering, if you ask me. Cluster on this southern edge. It's only a matter of time before these teams would run into each other. You see them drawing closer and closer. Ninia is in the vehicle, and I think the crash has been spotted. Ninia sees Falcon, and they would be able to uproot Falcon, but it stays there from random, putting in the third party of the century. KLX is going to be good for one to take down one of the players there from Void Club Africa. And KLX, this man has been doing a whole lot for his squad today. Doesn't look like he want to go down. Roach is wonderful too for his squad as he gets another grenade knock onto the side there of Void Club Africa. The full send is going to get started. Ninia, the last player left. We know how crazy that man can be. He is a one-man army, but the support coming through from Ace is wonderful. He's good for one. Cyclone shield now down to Sticks. The man who pulled up the 1v4 up against EFX in the Erangel game. Or sorry, make that the Sanhok game. The last player left for Cyclone shield does get Ace down very low on HP. Team Random looking to come in for the third party of the century, but they're keeping it at a distance. As Ace now, he's got grenades to throw. He's sending them out towards Sticks. He's not even bothering to cook it. They're doing a couple of damage, and they're good. But Sticks, he's got to hold his own in a 1v2 situation. 1v3 now as Ninia does get revived, and that's something about Ninia, just makes him not get taken out when he goes for the push. Stick spots the push coming through from Ace FVP, takes him a couple of shots. Ace down to 1 HP, but the third party will make that the off angle coming through from Cathedral is wonderful to take out the side of Cyclone Shield. Previous winner chicken dinners are out as Team Random, who refused to engage or commit fully to this third party, find themselves having to deal with the side there of Void Club Africa. Void Club, they don't seem to want any of this trouble. They're getting into the vehicles, but it does look like there will be a clash cluster. Ace MVP almost in trouble, but he's going to be able to maneuver his way. Ninia is out as he does get taken out from the side, and it looks like Void Club Africa, they spent a whole lot of time in the blue zone. Right now they've lost 2 players, and it looks like they want to continue as a duo into the rest of the game. Foul play moving closer to the side there of G3 BDR, or sorry, BDV. As we see foul play, Shay 2K, the first player in line, goes for a couple of shots, but we all know the red dot on that Tommy gun is not the best. You want to take it off. He goes for a couple more shots. He's able to uproot Madra from the floor, but the off angle is wonderful from Glock to get one knock onto the side there of foul play. Shiva gets that memo, goes for the full send. He's not going to be sleeping on it. Foul play, lose Lone Wolf. And it does look like they've gotten it all wrong. They're down by 3. There's only one left. Long grenades being sent out by Glock as he continues to send in some. Why not? Finds the off angle. And foul play would be able to grab one revive up onto Locate. For the side of G3. BDV, they're drawing in closer and closer. They know what they're here for. And shots will be going up to the top. They will be going for the full send. Locane does get spotted. There's grenades, there's molotovs going out, and one would eventually connect. Foul play would find a way back into the lobby. The zone continues to push up as Habitual look to get an intro knock onto the side there of 03 Brothers. Looks like a full send will not be coming through from that team yet, but we've got trouble on the south. Team Random looking to get started with Void Club Africa. They chase them out, and they would continue the trouble on the south. Ace, MVP, the last player left for that squad. We do see Shin drawing in closer and closer, but Ace finds himself in a whole lot of danger. He's trying to drive that buggy, and this man, he does look to have... In fact, nobody's going to tell me anything. This player out here, Ace, is definitely related to Michael Schofield, because he knows how to escape, man. Southern Zone, Men of Blood find himself on the north. Free Esports getting kept by the side there of EFX. Matter of fact, it's just Sully keeping them in that blue zone. As Team EFX already up 7 elims. One more player is left. And look at that. EFX now 9 elims. As these players start to go out to the play zone. And Sully is just like, the work is done. I win. And another player goes down. 10 elims. And the side there of EFX. Definitely proud of that one. Free Esports not too happy. They left with 1. Same thing can be said about Team ATROX, Bugsy. Bugsy that doesn't have a buggy. Trying to see if he can make it into the circle. It's going to be a whole lot of trekking. And we all know Miramar. There's one thing you don't want to be doing in Miramar. You do not want to be trekking about. Ace MVP has made it into the center of the circle. But he does crash onto the side of Men of Blood. It's up in a 1v2. Make that a 1v3. It's one too many players for him. As he would eventually go down to Manuel. Men of Blood get their first elim, and with the way they're looting this crate, you could tell that it's almost like they were starved of loot, and they have gotten their custom airdrop in the side there of Void Ace MVP. Team Random do look to be going for a beautiful rotation on that eastern edge. Trader drawing closer to the side there of Active Gaming. 3 grenades in hand. Doesn't look to be wanting to use any. Skinny on the off angle. Trader trying to see if he can draw closer and closer. Side of Active Gaming, definitely not aware of this one. Information being gathered there by Trader. Takes in the shot towards top G. Not quite able to get it to connect. Now Skinny gets the memo. The whole of Active Gaming, they get the memo. They know exactly what is going on. Sleepless does come through. He gets the memo. There's 2 players there. That is the information coming through. As he sees shit, he sees Trader. Active Gaming putting in the shots, putting in the work, trying to see if they can hold on to their ends. As Skinny drawing closer and closer, but I do see a player prepping a nade. It's not good enough from Surge. At least not enough to get the knock. As we see the push coming in through. She's got an off angle. The side of from Random. Trying to see if they can hold it up. Shin's got a nade in hand, but it's not going to be enough. Traders found the off angle, but it's not quite able to get any of the knock, as the third party would come in through from Men of Blood. Gets 1 player there from Active Gaming. Make that 2. Make that 3. Men of Blood are having so much fun with it, and they would eventually take out Active Gaming. Team Random now would be the one, the next in line. Team 15 is supposed to be Team Apex, but I'm calling them Team Random. As we see them, Shin, Dishonest, they've got a lot of smokes, and you've just got to admire that use of util coming through from them. But it's not gonna matter. They are getting tapped from every single direction. Habitual, they see them too, and they're taking in shots into those smokes. They're getting some of those hit markers, but it's not quite enough. As we do see pushes coming through from that zone up to that northwestern edge. G3 getting heavily favored. They still have all 40 players alive. Oh! Keep quiet! That is exactly what Manuel has told you guys there from Habitual. We own these elims. Get away from here. The 8x scope on that AWM is absolutely monstrous. And now I know why Manuel would always fight me for the snipers when we're playing in PUBG Mobile. It's like, give me the AMR, give me the AWM. And that man definitely putting it into work. The side of Habitual Gaming still peeking. Come on, Ghost. Oh, does the damage. That man is very low on HP. And the side there of Men of Blood will prioritize that zone as they start to move closer and closer, going up to the north. And I think no one else is going to be more thankful than the side there. Of Team Random. Because, man, they'll be so happy that these players are leaving. But EFX, this is more fish to fry for them. They're getting a full squad crashing close to their location. And I like the fact that they're keeping it quiet, you know. I mean, they do have a smoke that is letting out their location. But they're staying there relatively quiet. At least not like Habitual Gaming, though, who are coming in hot. Driving straight into the circle like they own the whole place, and they'll be driving straight to the feet of Madara, and that man is looking to have it. This man can never make me sweat, is what that man is saying as he sees them. Takes 1 down, make that 2. Habitual Gaming going for that blind rotation. It's not gonna work. Why not? Finds the last player, takes him out. Team Random down by 1, and they have to make it into the circle. Team EFX now looking to hold their own against Men of Blood. 2 players down for Men of Blood. Lobby trying to see if he can hold it up, and Baby too. Same thing can be said about him. He's good for 1 as he gets down. Bravo, and he's low on HP. Suli, the last player left, as Baby down to a slither of HP. Lobby does get taken out, and Suli will find Baby's foot from the bottom of that sports tractor and will send him back into the lobby. Team EFX up to 13 elims, and you just love to see that one. Oh shit, pushing up onto the side there of G3. Traitor has been on absolute fire today, but he's gonna swallow a grenade to take him down, and Shin will get third partied from the side. And G3, they do have a beautiful angle, but the same thing can be said about all 3 brothers. Up by 2, but they have a good position on the top of the hill. Grife sees the rotations coming in through. Vehicle explosion is going to take out Team Random, and we're down to the final 3 team. From Mars, still alive in this one. As all 3 brothers, they've gathered enough information. They know about the positioning of all of these teams, and they've been able to do in the work. 5 elims to their name, and they're looking to increase. But the side there from Mars, they have 3 players up, and they're looking strong. 4 eliminations to their name. It's a 3v2. They do have the zone. Grife getting into the buggy, trying to make it into the circle. A whole lot of land to play with, and I like the information gathering coming through from the side there of From Mars. They do taking a couple of shots as Gripe is very low on HP. Skrillex able to make it to the shack by a slither of HP, but this is something that a grenade can do, and Machine instantly gets that memo. It's prepped, it's thrown out. Is it good enough? No. As the more grenades, more throwables begin to fly out from Mars. If you're asking where are these nades from, they're coming from Mars. Sorry, drawing closer, the grenade usage, the smoke usage is beautiful, and it's a grenade barrage, but none looking to get towards the side of O3 Brothers. But they've got a couple of grenades themselves. They're sending some back. The vehicles helping them out. Greif is good to find the angle, finds out. Sorry, it's now a 2v2 and no more grenades. So actually make that boy still have one grenade up. As Skrillex looking for that off angle, takes a couple of shots. The damage is done. O3 Brothers turning the tides on this one. Another player goes down for From Mars, and they're down to 1. It's a 2v1. O3 Brothers holding up quite nicely, and this is as a result of poor grenades. That's a sexy grenade from Greif, and it's good. O3 Brothers. Oh, orgasmic stuff. Greif OP, bruv. No way. Turning the tides. From Mars, they thought they had the advantage, but unfortunately their grenades were not just able to connect. But O3 Brothers, they held on, turning the tides, turning the 2v3 into a 2v1, and they win. In fact, turning a 2v3 into a winner-winner chicken dinner. Talk about a play. 8 eliminations, 7 courtesy of Greif coming through from the side of O3 Brothers as they win that game. From Mars, getting it all wrong on that push. I think they could have been a little bit more patient, you know, given that they had vehicles, but still, that was OP, bro. Like, that defense was absolutely wonderful. Unfortunately, they were not able to get any of their nades to connect. And you know, it kind of looked like a good spot. Like, oh, it's just a shack. Where could they be? You know, just chunk all the grenades that you have. But still, those grenades have to be pinpoint. And those sport vehicles in front of O3 Brothers definitely played to their advantage. Love it. 4 eliminations and second place for From Mars. You know, the grenades from Mars were not quite able to do the damage. Third place is going to be the side there of G3 as they walk home with a shit ton of eliminations. That's 13 to their name. And I think another team that did 13 elims was the side there of EFX, who we'll get to in a while. Random with Traitor leading the charge, able to finish in 4th place with 5 elims. TBFX in 5th place with 14 eliminations to go alongside it. And that was just wonderful gameplay that I saw there from the side there of TBFX. They were getting a whole lot of eliminations, and I loved how they played that one till the very end. Men of Blood in 6th place with 6 eliminations, 2 elimination spread across everyone except D-Sync. Kind of enjoyed the way they played. I mean, I felt it was passive, but still, that man was able to make it, or sorry, that team was able to make it into 6th place. Get 6 eliminations still. That is good enough for me. Habitual in 7th place with 0. Unlimited in 8th place with 0. The side of Active Gaming in 9th place with 4. ATROX in 10th with 1. Side of Free Esports in 11th place with 5 elims. Void Club Africa in 12th place with 4. Fowl Play in 13th with 0. 14th is going to be Cyclone Shield with 3. Side of AFRO Esports in 15th with 0 elims. GenX Africa, GenX Esport in 16th place with 0. The side of ATROX again in 17th with 0. What's their name? Team Ruthless in 18th place with 0. Dream Team 19th with 0. And Vena Amoris not quite able to hold up in this game as they finish in 20th place with 0 eliminations to their name. Let's go back to who? Back to me. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have seen 3 wonderful games coming through today, and we are down to the final one before we call it a day. But this is wonderful gameplays that we've seen so far. That was a good chicken dinner coming through from the side of O3 Brothers. Unfortunately for From Mars, they were not quite able to send those grenades, and I think those 3 players from Mars will definitely be going into the training ground trying to see if they can work on their grenade usage. But at the end of the day, I can't really blame them. Like I said, those vehicles that were outside that shack were the savior for the side of O3 Brothers, and they were able to play that one to their strength. But that being said, 3 games done and dusted. We have one more game to decide who the winners for the day are going to be. But that being said, do not go anywhere. I'm seeing close to 50 viewers live, and I love it. I'm not really enjoying the activity in the chat, but I'm just going to take the fact that 50 of you are watching me do all my shenanigans and you're enjoying the stream. So be sure to drop a like on that stream, share the stream to as much as possible. What are the odds that we get to 100 views in the last game? I'm pushing it too much, but let's go for 70. That being said, see you guys soon. I'll be right back with the last game of the day, none other but Erangel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to rap. Hey, it's your boy Crowns. I'm not gonna rap. Damn, bro, we already established this the last time I streamed. Now I'm not gonna be doing this anymore. So that being said, welcome back to the Star Star Rush Galaxy. Did I get it? Yes, I did. Star Rush Galaxy Weekend Warfare. We've seen 3 games, and we're down to the final game. The first Erangel was an absolute terror, and I have a huge feeling that this last Erangel game will probably give us something like a military island zone, given the way the zones have been crazy in today's games. But in order to see that, we have to get into the final game of the day. I think I should start saying my appreciation. Not gonna lie, I'm so happy that you guys actually pulled up. In case you do not know, this is one of the reasons why I say stay active in the chat, because by the closing, I'm actually going to give you guys a shout out before I close the stream. So be sure to stay active in the chat so I can see your name and give you the shout out that you deserve. But that being said, we're going to get into it. It's the final game of the day. This is the final Erangel game. We're already heading into it. We do see that playing path all the way from Lipovka, taking us down to Primosk. I'm looking forward to see if we're going to see any of those old what's it called? Hot drops that we saw, especially coming through from that first game. So yeah, keeping my eye out, trying to see if these teams have learned from the first game, or if they're just coming into deja vu, whatever we have. We do not know what the zone looks like yet, but it's only a matter of time before we get to see that zone. I didn't take a note of how many places on the map did not have a hot drop in the first Erangel game, so I don't really know where I'll be expecting more people to land. I don't think I saw any team in Pochinki, so I would expect people to probably go to Pochinki and see if they can land. I'm talking to teams like Cyclone Shield or the side there of a Foul Play, who found themselves in like a huge skirmish. Citizens did not play that Miramar game for reasons best known to them, but it does look like they will be back for the Erangel, as we do see a play zone that does seem to be a very nice one, putting us just right there in the center, not stressing us too much, as we all would just be chilling. And you know, this is one of those zones that you like, I like. We're not going to be too stressed about it, but you know, we know PUBG Mobile, the zone might look good, but by the time we get into it, it might become a very crazy one. So yeah, keep our eye out, try to see how these teams are going to play this one and what they've got in mind. Cyclone Shield and Foul Play look to resume for that engagement. I do know Foul Play is one of those teams who would not want to give up a drop location. It's kind of interesting to see that they would not opt to go for Severny, because you know we do see the players there from EFX. They are going all the way to Severny. They don't mind, you know, wherever the playing path is, they make sure they make it onto Severny, just land, find vehicles, and you know they just make it into the circle. But it does look like Foul Play. I'm not going to be stressing for that one too much. They do have a secondary drop location, which is going to be none other but is that Fairy Player? No, not Fairy Player. I think that's Lipovka or Primosk actually. But yeah, that's that. We do see the side there of Men of Blood finding themselves in a little bit of a skirmish with the side there of G3 out there around the school area. Nothing too serious. Out there on the military island, we have the players there from Dream Team yet again in another hot drop, as we do see Sad finding himself in a skirmish with Lynx, and he would eventually go down. Didn't they tell Testimony I was streaming? I told this dude I was playing today now. But anyway, it does look like GenX not looking to give up on this fight. Dream Team running into a little bit of what's that thing called? Getting a little bit distracted. That's the word I'm gonna put. As you can just see them overextended a little bit. 21st Century getting that thirst onto one of the players there from G3. Does look like G3 wants that full thirst to come through, but Manuel looks to also want to form up on that engagement as he does pull through. He's here. It's a little bit too late. The vehicle crash has been heard, and there's going to be 2 players there from the side there of Men of Blood, General and Manuel, looking to come in for the full send, looking for that last player. Glock trying to smoke himself up, but this wonderful off angle coming through from Why Not. He gets one player down, his General down, and the side there of Men of Blood find himself in a whole lot of trouble as G3 coming for the full send. Manuel has to hold his own in a 1v2, but the grenade from Glock is wonderful to take down Manuel, and Lobby will be the last player left for the side there of Men of Blood. No vehicles to that man, and there is no way he can form up on his team. He's just gonna have to continue to loot up around the school area. Pulling over back to the Muta area of the map where we had the side there of Void. Esports. They do look to have completed the total wipe in the Muta area, and they will be fine. They got all 4 eliminations, and that's all a GG well played. Foul play this time, able to find a way out of pre-mosque, as they would not take that engagement to Cyclone Shield anymore, and they just go loot around on that eastern edge, or sorry, western edge of the circle. Definitely commendable play if you ask me. That is wonderful. Love to see that one. You know, we're back. Severny, we do have 2 players, Team EFX, or 2 teams. Team EFX looking to have Habitual Gaming out here as visitors. They have shown how unfriendly they are. EFX getting 2 eliminations onto the side there of Habitual Gaming already. Habitual Gaming now, they're fine down with 2. It's going to be Soul and Death Fury. Jealousy does find himself down. He's been lobbied. That's my guy. Definitely gonna troll him for that one. When did they add this one now, guys? When was, like, I've not been to Severny like forever, but when did they add a playground to Severny? Severny is school? Because this looks like this is not just I mean, this is a swing here, right? Can you actually ride it? And this is like, you know, like a what's that thing called? Obstacle course type of thing. Can you actually play in it? Do you reckon? I think you should be able to, you know. Anyway, Habitual Gaming though, they do look to find themselves in trouble. EFX drawing closer and closer. Death Fury's got an off angle, but I don't know how well that angle is gonna play. Soul's position has been exposed, as Habitual Gaming now looking to play the defense on this one. Death Fury still holding on to his end. Not going to be overextending just yet. He's watching them push into that building. Soul trying to take some hold of, but he will eventually let himself go. But it's excellent return fire coming through from the side there of Team EFX, as they would eventually send all players there from Habitual Gaming into the lobby. Like I said, they are not friendly neighbors, and they have shown to the side there of Team Habitual Gaming that, you know what, guys, we're not that friendly. We do not want any company in Severny. We want all our loot to ourselves. Another person that finds himself in a little bit of trouble, matter of fact a huge chunk of trouble, is going to be Lobby. The drop shot is wonderful from Clumsy to take him down, and that's going to be a GG well played to the side of Men of Blood, as they do go out and back into the lobby. Foul play finding a way into the circle from that western edge, as we see Violence, Locane and Lone Wolf, the only players left for the side there of Foul play, or the only players that came in for Foul play. We do not see Station 5. I believe after this, these teams actually still have more scrims, and this is where I start to commend the players as much as and you see, right, after this they will be heading into Scramble, and like I like the fact that you're going from scrimmages to scrimmages, right? But at the same time, I'm saying it, there is like scrimmages that all of these teams play, but I'm just like, I'm asking you guys in the chat, do you reckon that the hunger is still the same? All right, and I'm saying hunger in terms of like, do you think teams are still going into scrimmages with that will, like, oh guys, we're going in today, we're trying to make it into a tier 1 lobby of the scrims? And I know that it all boils down to, you know, organizers, and you know, I get it. Staying as an organizer and watching people play this game also usually would make you want to play the game, right? So that being said, I understand, and I'm like, do teams still actually have things that they're fighting for? You know, now you're going from this from SRG to Scramble, right? But the question is like, what's, oh good gracious supreme, what was that? What was that? Anyway, oh, if it doesn't you 1 HP, I'll faint. But anyway, Team ATROX looking to win that fight. But yeah, as I was saying, would teams actually like still have that hunger? Would they still want, like, you're going into Scramble for what? You're just going into practice. Practice for what? Practice against who? You know, and I feel like if there's like a tiering system in place, like, you know, that tiering system of, okay, we're trying to make it into the tier 1. I believe before, you know, they were like T2 lobby A's and lobby B's, and I know like to do things like that, it would usually take like a whole lot of scrim staff, where, you know, you need somebody, and, you know, a lot of room cards too, right? Because you need someone hosting, you need somebody hosting lobby A, you would also need somebody hosting lobby B. So, you know, it takes a lot of scrim staff too, but still, that is something I'm looking forward to. Roach does find his way into the vicinity. Disparaged looking to go for that full send onto the side of Cyclone Shield. Roach taking a whole lot of damage. His vehicle was looking like the dancing lion for a quick second there. Shin comes in from the side. Glacier is wonderful as he takes down one player there from Cyclone Shield is Roach. Cyclone Shield not quite able to keep up with that consistency. KLX, the man, the myth, the legend for this team, looking to hold on onto his own. Oh, but it's a sexy grenade from Dishonest. Takes him down. And Cyclone Shield now looking to get this all wrong. As Disparaged now, they push up. I've been calling them team random all day, but they're actually Disparaged. This time they come in with their full squad, or at least 2 of their players. Actually, they've come in with 2 of the players since morning, sha. But anyway, Dishonest, this Shin boy. Anyway, yeah, so like I was saying, is the hunger still there? Like that hunger to, you know, before I know like it used to be a situation of you're trying to make it into lobby A where you start to play with the likes of Slime4 KT, G3 Temper, you know, Blackjack, no, Exile Africa, or was it Blackjack Esports? Blackjack Esports at the time. You know, there was so much to fight for, but right now it's just like, you know, it's just whoever you meet in the lobby, right? You know, and that's Gorilla is gonna be so pissed. It's gonna be so pissed because I actually didn't even talk about that fight. I just watched it happen. But anyway, nah, I'm not gonna talk about that. Anyway, as I said, right? So I'm hoping if there are anyone that hosts tournaments or that hosts scrimmages, you know, I would like, and I know right now it's gonna be harder to kind of pull the crowd from the T1 section, because for one thing that I know, the so-called T1 teams right now are very proud, but still it doesn't have to be so, right? Like, and I'm saying this in a way that, you know, if you're able to like promote a couple of teams and like, it doesn't necessarily, your T1, right, you can define your tiers, right? Your T1, if you're not able to pull the PMPL players and all that, you know, switch up the T1, right? Make your own T1. You know, at least give teams that will, that, okay, because if you win today's scrims, what are the odds that tomorrow's scrims, if you're winning today's scrims, right, you want to make sure that you're going into a harder lobby tomorrow to challenge yourself, right? But the odds of your lobby being harder tomorrow is kind of low because, you know, it's still that luck of who registers and what type of teams register. But if there's like a T1, T2 type of thingy, right? Once you're in T1, you know that there is only like a specific level of gameplay that you're expecting in that tier, right? And you know, obviously you don't want to get demoted, you don't want to get deranked. So like I said, I feel like a tiering system for scrimmages should be in place. So if, you know, a couple of you could come together, you know, if you guys could actually even slide into my DMs, let me know what is preventing you from doing that, other than the fact that the actual T1 players right now are like proud motherfuckers, right? They're definitely not. I know they most likely wouldn't show up for the stream, or they wouldn't show up for the gameplay and all of that. And even if it's a stream, I feel like there's a couple of streamers who will be willing to, you know, stream these scrims. I said it right this time. But anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna stop talking about that and focus on the game. Probably I'll head on to Instagram to say more about it. But anyway, Citizens do look to have a push up onto the side there of Active Gaming. Sleepless sleeping, his headphones also sleeping, as he did not hear 11's footstep one bit. Talk about stealth. Anyway, Erangel looking to go for the information gathering, jumps out of the vehicle. It's a little bit of a suicidal drive as Ash looking to hold on his own against the side of Citizens. Bego also comes into the building, but this looks like giveaway for Ash as he goes down prone. But Bego, he sees through the smoke and he's able to take down Ash and Active Gaming as a whole as they go back into the lobby. See Citizens doing well because one particular Godier is not playing. Godier not playing. But anyway. Practice is practice always. Yeah, I get it, right? Like, obviously, yeah, practice is practice. But, man, I feel like if you know that the lobby is going to be a particular way, it's almost like, you know, I'm playing PMCO because I know that if I make it from PMCO, I'll get into PMPL where, you know, things start to get harder, where, you know, the challenge changes. Rather than, you know, I'm playing PMCO, but still play PMCO and still PMCO, like it's not getting any harder. It's just random luck and, you know, scramble, you know, badges of fun there. But yeah, I don't think I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but still, tier teams play open streams also go. Yeah, but then that's the thing. Like a tier team playing in an open streams, right? It's almost like it's just like if I throw like one of those T1 teams, like a PMPL team, in this lobby right now. So an option to a particular level, it's not particularly practice for them per se, because really the competition is not as much type of thing. So I'm just like, if there is, I feel like if there is something to fight for, you know, have that thing that you're fighting for, like, okay, I'm trying to make it into this next tier type of thing, or I'm trying to make it into a tougher lobby, you know. Yeah, exactly, and I agree with you on that one. You always learn something though. Yeah, exactly, from regardless of how hard the lobby is, you definitely learn something, but you know, sometimes not enough. You know, God is spitting facts. That's why that man has a spanner. But anyway, we do see Disparaged on that southern edge of the circle, looking to get started with some of the players there from GenX. Shin going for a beautiful split there. It's a question of how well can he hold it up. He does spot the boogeyman on the right, goes in for the push. As we see the boogeyman trying to see if he can use that tree for support. Shin trying not to overextend, but he does go in for the push, opens up the scope, and I think that's the mistake, as Traitor would also find himself following suit. Sonnes comes in for the push, and he's able to redeem themselves, get one player down. Top G comes in from the top, tries to take a couple of shots, not quite able to get any to connect, as that vehicle will be the last source of cover for the side there of I was about to say Norwich, from the side there of Disparaged. And I don't know, man, GenX, how has this Hornets not revived Shin? Which kind team? It be this. How about that True making things easier for the side of Disparaged, and that grenade, if cooked perfectly, might just seal the deal. Shin and Honest looking to get their HP back up. Trader does get revived, but Top G is going to lose a whole lot of HP. And Trader now is back on his feet. Looks to want to continue up on the push. He's in the grass. Lets a couple of shots to connect. Freak, very low on HP. The full send has to come through, but Trader has to wait for Top G. And it does look like Top G is up and running. True and Freak up against the side there of Disparaged. Yo-Yo getting closer and closer. Freak doesn't hear him yet. Yo-Yo getting closer. Traitor getting closer. Stands up, pops, finds him in the smoke. Oh, sorry, finds him in the grass, takes him out, sends him back into the lobby. And True also down here in the grass. It's a battle of snakes. Disparaged looking to hold on quite nicely. The fight is taking forever. But it does look like Disparaged, they want the loot first. True gonna be having a little bit of breathing space. Sidizens Esport look to want to meet with the side of AFRO Esports for the second time in an Erangel game. The first Erangel they met, Sidizens came out victorious. This is the revenge coming through from the side of AFRO Esports. Shots coming through towards Bego. It's very low. The run over comes through from Neo. And finally, one of Neo's drive-by works. 11 trying to hold his own against Outcast, but the drop shot is OP. Sidizens down by 2 now. And Jetto, the last player left to hold it up for the team. His vehicle getting heavily battered. It's only a matter of time. He's trying to see if he can make it out of here, but he's in the line of sight of Peachy as they continue to take the shots and would eventually uproot him. And AFRO Esports, the scores is 1-1, and this fight will definitely be settled on another day as Sidizens and AFRO Esports meet once again. But this time, AFRO Esports winning that engagement. I did say they met earlier in the first Erangel game today, where Sidizens came out victorious. But this time, AFRO Esports emerging victorious on that one. 3 eliminations to their name. And I think that's an agenda I can push. You guys only won because they were not 4-man. If they were 4-man, they would have actually piped you. You know, that is still down there. Set it up, Crowns. I've been asking so much for. Yeah, I wish I could. And you see, that's what I was saying, Gorilla. Right? That's one thing I was saying. Like, I understand it from pretty much both angles, and I get it, because I know, like, one thing that will make what I'm saying, this whole tiered thingy, very possible would be having a whole lot of staff, a lot of people who are willing to actively put in that time to hosting it, because at the end of the day, we're not getting paid for it, or no one is actually going to get paid for it, right? So it's kind of hard to and some might find it fun, some people might not find it fun. Right, so it might not be the most interesting thing to do, to be hosting streams and all of that, but you know, it does take a lot. And I myself, if I were to be free, I definitely would have tried to see if I could gather a lot of people, but you know, even my streaming schedule is not the best. But if someone actually does do it, I would actually find time, you know, probably work with them, try to see if I can find time to even stream the games, because, and I know that that's also one thing that will make it better, you know, if all games are being streamed, teams can actually see the mistakes that they make, try to, it's even like, you know, more VOD, more things to work with. But anyway, out here on the south, we've got the side of Disparaged making it straight into the side there of Free Esports. They are doing quite alright for a random push. Cyclone Shield is also in the vicinity. It is absolutely chaotic as Disparaged now coming with the last two players. Falcon has to hold his own. He hears the crash come through. As Disparaged now, they have to hold on their own. They see Falcon take a couple of shots, and Falcon is just surviving barely. Barely. More grenades going to be sent through, and everybody wants this southern edge. The side there of AFRO Esports also making it through. I don't even know how AFRO Esports is here. They were on the east before. Now they're rotating all the way to the south, and they're finding their way close. This is absolutely chaotic. Disparaged able to get one more player up, as they'll be up as a 3-man squad now, but Free Esports now getting all their revives off. Falcon Death spotted on the stairs, and he would go down. Cyclone Sheets down to 1. It's going to be none other but Sticks, but Sticks also putting in damage onto the side there of Disparaged, but he has to hold on in a 1v3 situation against the side there of Free Esports. The play zone is not helping matters. Molotov Deaths get thrown out, and Sticks is on fire, and he would eventually get taken out by Free Esports. The players there from Disparaged, they hear all that fight. Do they want a little piece of it? Yes, they do. The shots are coming in through. Sims is the first man down. He would eventually get sent back into the lobby. Hawkeye is down on the balcony, and Rumsey will be the last player left for the side there of Free Esports. Disparaged opening or holding on quite nicely as Fowl plays straight up in the center of the circle. They seem to be the center of attraction right now, as all eyes seem to be on them. Unlimited with 0 elims looking to draw closer and closer towards the side there of Fowl players. They're holding it up in that shack. We're down to the final 9 teams, and zones that end around this this headshots heals area is actually not too good. God, yay! But seriously, 7, eh? Look at how well citizens are doing because one particular Godier is not playing. There's an agenda. I'm gonna push it. Operation Bench Godier. Anyway, we do see the full set coming in through. Foul play holding on to their own, but the lone wolf not quite able to hold it up against the side of Unlimited. 03 brothers heard the shots. They're in the vicinity. Do they want the smoke? That is the question we've got in mind, but we're going to focus on Vena Amoris as they get started with the side of AFRO Esports. Damage is being done. AFRO Esports losing a whole lot of HP as Vena Amoris looking to go on for the push, but AFRO, they're getting taken out from the side by EFX, who are chilling around the headshot heels, doing in the damage. The third party of the century, and AFRO Esports wondering where they got it all wrong. Hunter is the last player left with absolutely no cover to work with, and that is just a sad ending for the side there of AFRO Esports. 03 brothers still kind of holding it up in the compounds out here on the outskirts. I like to call them the hostels. But anyway, it does look like Chris is looking to hold on his own, but the damage is being done from 03 brothers. They're excellent on their quick peaks. That zone is about to switch up once again. EFX doing a whole lot of damage. The side of 03 brothers and Unlimited, they get favored by the zone. And it's now a matter, it's now the fight that is going on the outskirts of that circle. Hawkeye puts in the shots up towards Grim, but Grim is going to be able to survive it. But Grim, with only 50 HP, has to face off against the side here of EFX. It's not enough, as he would eventually get taken down. EFX now looking to prioritize this position that they have, but they still have to get into the circle. They've got 6 eliminations, and they're looking to continue. Suli, the IGL, I believe, is down for that team. I know 3 brothers drawing closer towards the side there of Unlimited. A couple of players already down for Unlimited as they're down to 2. It's going to be Shaq and already, right? Oh, actually, ready the OP. Anyway, shots will be going through their position. EFX are behind them, making things very hard for the side there of Unlimited. They find themselves sandwiched between 2 teams right now. Unlimited and 03 brothers still up as a full squad. Team EFX drawing closer and closer. I'm loving the rotations coming through from them, but Clumsy, his wonderful spray would be enough to take down Bravo from that buggy, but EFX, they're not liking that. They're taking shots towards him. Vena Amoris in a whole lot of danger, and Team EFX will lose one more player. Hunter is still out there in the background. He might just be the one to play spoiler onto the side of Team EFX, who are taking a fight against the side from from Vena Amoris. They're drawing in closer and closer, but Hunter gets spotted. That blue zone is not going to permit him, and he would eventually bleed out, and that is a GG's. Same thing can be said about Pyro. He has to make it into the circle, driving it into that zone, but he's going to be able to make it instead, and that is wonderful to see. But EFX now want revive. They have to take up onto their player. Bravo is going to survive this one way or the other. The players there from Unlimited still alive, and Vena Amoris, they do seem to have something about Erangel that they understand. They're still alive as a full squad. Same thing can be said about O3 Brothers with 4 elims. Team EFX, they've got 8 eliminations to their name. They're looking strong. We're down to the final 4. Team Limited in that warehouse. The zone does push up to pretty much no man's land. It's open fields from here on out. And O3 Brothers now, they need to be watchful of their side. Nads has got a beautiful angle. It's kind of interesting. O3 Brothers committing only 2 players into the warehouse for the cleanup. A wonderful molly is going to be thrown out by the side of No Name. The push is going to come through from the left. It's wonderful. It gets a couple of damage done, but it's not enough. No Name has to hold on. It's good for one. He has to hold up against the other. It's very low on HP, and it would eventually go down. O3 Brothers, the 2-man split's not working quite alright, as Reels now finds himself low on HP and having to even revive Skrillex. Vena Amoris coming in for the third party, and the side of Unlimited still able to keep themselves alive. Team EFX, they know there's a whole lot of trouble happening towards this eastern edge, and they're looking to capitalize on it. Bravo drawing closer and closer, playing with the rocks. And this is also a very tricky situation. Just when you think all Erangel zones couldn't get any much harder, it's wonderful cover fire coming through from the side of EFX, as Bravo almost did get taken out trying to throw a grenade. He has to hold it up against Vena Amoris, but Vena Amoris are good for the third party. They get 1 down, make that 2. O3 Brothers having to survive with just 1. Skrillex behind the fence trying to see if he can hold it up, as Unlimited now coming through for that third party of the century. Everybody seems to want this rock, but do they know? Do they know the dangers that come with having it? Vena Amoris, they're waiting for that time, waiting for the perfect time to third party. The grenades are coming in through. Pyro spots one of the players there from Unlimited, not quite able to get the revive, but Unlimited will come in for the push, the jump shots, the third party from the side. It's helping EFX out, but it's not enough, as EFX will get taken out, as Vena Amoris now, the last... Oh, come on, Vena Amoris, you're definitely not going to win this chicken dinner again. Come on. They understand Erangel, and looks like Erangel is their game. Nats is going to be climbing to the top of the roof, and it's all over. It is safe to say this is another chicken dinner to the side there of Vena Amoris, and they will be winning it with 5 eliminations once again, provided they get these 2 elims. Nats, he knows there is a player behind that rock, chunks a Molotov towards his position, but it's not enough. It's not a good one. The grenade from Shaq is wonderful, reduces the side there of Vena Amoris to only 3, but there's still a whole lot of work to be done. That off angle coming through from the top of the roof is wonderful, as Lored does go down. Shaq is the last player left. He has to hold his own in a 1v3. Rabs is aware, goes for the jump shot with the DBS, but the blue zone is gonna chunk a whole lot of his HP, making it easier for Shaq, who still has a whole lot of HP to work with, holding on behind the fence. And Vena Amoris are looking to get this wrongly. Nads now has to heal up. Same thing can be said about Shaq. His position on the top of that roof, Nads, is being exposed. Shaq is able to get his HP back up, and he's up in a 1v2 situation. Nads trying so hard not to overextend right here, because he knows he could cost their team that winner chicken dinner. Smoke's being deployed by Vena Amoris. Oh, it's a sexy grenade to the top of the roof from Shaq. And Shaq, he might just do it. He's on to something. He's got another grenade in hand. Oh, it's looking good. Sends it out to the back of the fence, but it's not able to do the damage. Clumsy sees that move coming through. The pre-fires from Shaq is wonderful, but it's not enough. He does a couple of damage. Vena Amoris prioritizing on that revive. They do get it. Shaq is going to be sending it through the smoke. He's able to get 1. He's taking shots from the side. It's not enough. He's able to get 2. Shaq is on to something. Zeta, very low on HP. Shaq is low, but he might just be able to do it. He's gotten 1 thirst. It's a 1v1. Vena Amoris, their passiveness, it's not worked for them. Shaq, what looked to be a 1v4, it's now looking like a 1v1. He's throwing grenades. He knows about these positions. Molotov's about to be thrown now from Shaq, and it's only a matter of time. He does throw it. It is a good one, but it's not quite in the right position. Is he going to do it? Shaq, is he that man? Is he him? He's got the grenade thrown. It's cooked. It does the damage, but not enough. One way or the other, Vena Amoris now, they're the ones on the disadvantage. 2 players up, no grenades in sight. They only have smokes to play by. But Shaq, he has that fence. He has that fence to play with. AKM in the hand. His vest heavily battered. But he's up in a 1v2. He is the only force preventing the guys there from Vena Amoris from getting a second winner chicken dinner for today. This is the final zone. At this point, the zone was just going to start to close. And they have 5 seconds. Nads and Zeta up against Shaq. And there we go. That zone starts to close. It forces the movement. Zeta is heavily drenched in the blue zone. The drop shot from Shaq is wonderful. He gets one down. The blue zone takes Zeta down. And Shaq has done it. He is him. He is that guy. He's that guy. He's him. Oh, let's go. He's the man. He's him. Look, Shaq, you are who you think you are. Hey, God, Ududua, leave me alone. But you are who you think you are, my guy. Wow. That was so intense. A 1v4. Oh, the guys there from Vena Amoris, they got that all wrong. They got it all wrong. Wow. Wow. What a play from Shaq. 11 eliminations and the winner chicken dinner going to the side there of Unlimited, and it is well deserved. They deserved it. As a 2-man squad, they unbuttoned, they unscrewed, they untangled the lobby. All 3 brothers came, they fell them down. EFX came through, they got felled. And then the side of Vena Amoris absolutely got dismantled by Unlimited. And they're just going to show you we are unlimited. There is so much we can do. You cannot limit us. And that was wonderful. Vena Amoris coming so close. But only 4 eliminations and a 2nd place finish is what they will get. Team EFX in 3rd with 8 elims. O3 Brothers in 4th with 5. AFRO Esports in 5th place with 6 elims. Inside there of Free Esports in 6th place with 3. ATROX in 7th with 3. Disparaged in 8th place with 7. And I've got to say, I actually enjoyed the way I saw Disparaged play today. Not gonna lie, this is actually better than I've seen them play in a while. So I really hope they can continue with this consistency. And if it is the traitor effect, hopefully they're actually working with it and they're gonna continue with that, because this is wonderful. 7 elims and 8th place, nice. Fowl play in 9th place with 1. Cyclone Shield in 10th with 1. The side of GenX Esport in 11th place with 3. Sidizens in 12th place with 4. Void Club in 13th place with 4. Active Gaming, in 14th place with 1. G3 BDV in 15th place with 4. Men of Blood in 16th with 1 elim. Habitual Gaming in 17th with 0. From Mars in 18th with 0. And Dream Team in 19th place with 0 elims to their name. And guys, what a wonderful finish to an Erangel game. What a wonderful finish to the day of games that we've seen today. Now, I don't know when the leaderboards are going to be out, but I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be out by tonight or tomorrow. And that being said, let me just go through and see what you guys were saying before I start my shout out. This was wonderful gameplays. I really enjoyed every single game from the beginning till the end. And yeah, like I actually mean it, like the screams should be like Tip Top screams, like, you know, the way Tip Top were doing theirs back then. And I get it that, yeah, definitely you need a mega org to be doing that one, because that is a whole lot of lobbies that you're hosting in a day. So that being said, yeah, like I get it, but what I'm just saying is, and that's why I was saying, like, it's going to take like a whole lot of staff to do that one, because obviously there has to be a couple of people that are hosting for the lobby A and for the lobby B. Like, eventually you could start small, right? Even if you only have like lobby A and lobby B, I think that even adds more diversity type of thing, whereby there is like lobby A teams and then there's lobby B teams. Obviously, if you do well in lobby B, like, you know, it would be like a weekly thingy, or maybe not even weekly, because I know when they did weekly, sometimes some teams were trying to play the loophole where they, you know, they'll play for this week, when they've played bad, they know that it's only one bad performance that remain, and then they'll get demoted, and then they will not register. So, but that being said, I'm pretty sure like if we have like a whole lot of people that are like greater minds than mine, because mine is just thinking impulsively like at this moment. So, but I'm pretty sure there's like a couple of people that we have in the community right now, you being one of them, you this 77 Godier boy. You know, if you can rub minds together and just try to find people who are committed to doing that, like even if it is with one of all these scrimmages hosts, right? I think once there's that hunger, we can go on, you know, into gameplays, into scrims, knowing that, you know, there's something to fight for. You know that for every lobby A that you're playing, regardless of how much the teams are rotating in that lobby A, you know that the level of competition is going to be standard and is only going to get harder from there, right? Obviously, if you're not doing too well and you now get demoted, you know that when you're in that lobby B again, you fight that lobby. Once that lobby is out of your way, you're going to actually, like, you know, get better. You make your way again into that tier 1 system or into that lobby A, and like eventually, just like that. And I know like when that system does come into play, a couple of T1 teams would also want to play in it, right? And that's where things are going to become so good. And I feel like if we're able to like drag the T1 teams, or the teams that we feel are T1, right? Most of the people that are playing these tournaments right now, or sorry, playing these scrims right now, obviously, I'm pretty sure all of you playing the scrims right now, you really want to, like, you've played today, you've seen the way you've played, you know the way you're playing in scrims that you're doing so well. But, you know, we are all left with that one question of, is it good enough for the PMPL standard? Is it good enough for the PMCO standard, right? So you know that if these scrims that you were playing is a situation where you made it from one tier to another tier, and then this tier now has PMCO type teams or PMCO rated teams, you kind of feel confident going into the next PMCO that is starting, that you know, like, oh, I've been screaming against these players, and you know, my gun skills and my rotational skills and everything, awareness, it's already getting towards that level. You know that when you get to that PMCO level, you're going to start, you know, doing better, right? Even if you don't do too well in the PMCO, and then we now go straight into like, okay, now you want to make it from this tier that you're in, you know, to like a higher tier whereby, you know, PMPL teams are going to be playing. Because like I said, if PMPL teams start to play in like scrims, right, like Seven said, like Tip Top scrim, Tip Top that time was hella competitive, and I know like when men still they play Tip Top that year, everybody wants to play Tip Top. It was an EU scrim, but we were looking forward to playing our scrims to make it into like the tougher lobbies, you know. And yeah, like I said, and like Seven so I said, actually, it's going to take like a whole lot, right? And it's going to be very hard to get a couple of people together to do that type of thing. But like I said, even if we could just start small, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, PMPL teams from the scratch, but you know, I'm pretty sure like if the organizers can do like an average of the amount of teams they get registering every week, they should be able to like have like a number and see how they can do that whole tiering system of a thing. You know, you could just start with something like this weekend warfare, right? So this weekend warfare could be like the start of like a tier. So any team that makes it into the weekend warfare now has standardized that as, okay, this is now going to be like, you know, some teams that can qualify for like the tier A lobby type of thing, or you know, you do that one, and then you know, when you tier A, you do that. What was I going to say? I had a train of thought right now. Like tier A, then if you don't register on time, probably you now play in group B type of thing, you grab. But then I'm pretty sure there will be a way around it that we can do it. And like I said, if people are willing to, if we're able to get organizers to have that same ginger to do that thing, you know, I feel like there's a couple of like promising teams that, you know, would like to prepare them for you know, the bigger stages and the bigger levels. So that being said, I'm not going to talk too much about this matter. If it's still choking me the way it is choking me right now, I'll definitely hop on Instagram and make a story about it, or probably talk about it more. But ladies and gentlemen, I stopped taking a look at how much I peaked, but I'm pretty sure I see that huge spike here. I peaked at 44 viewers today, and I promise you guys, I am very proud and happy that, you know, whenever I go live, you guys pull through and show up for me. I'll try to wrap this up as quickly as possible because 1080 Scramble starts soon, and I'm most likely going to be streaming that. So if you're going to see, if you still want to continue hearing this voice, I'm going to be on 1080's channel streaming and casting for the 1080 scramble, which is more scrimmages for these teams. A couple of these teams that played here, and extra other teams that will be playing to show us exactly what they've got. There's going to be a Livik game and there's going to be a Nusa game today, so be sure to pull up and pull through because it's going to be a whole lot of fun today. Tomorrow I'm going to be streaming the Lidoma EMEA event. I don't know if you know about it, but now I've mentioned it. So it's LIDOMA. I believe they are Lidoma.com on Instagram. I might post about it probably by the end of today, but I know like I'm going to be streaming that tomorrow on their channel, so be sure to pull up and show your support. We're going to be seeing a whole lot of the Europe and Middle East teams going up against each other for $700. So it's a big tournament for me. I believe that's my first big tournament this year. Maybe not big tournament, but that's like my first international tournament. You get what I'm saying, but that's my first one for this year. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. I think I've given you guys updates on when you can see me and where you're going to be seeing me this week. But you guys know, as I always go, it's a huge shout out for everybody who was out here in the chat. I see Grive PUBG Mobile finally coming into the chat. That was an OP finish out there in Miramar. Love that grenade. I would almost argue that it was luck because the grenades did not land, but like a particular 7 would always say it's not about luck. When you're good type of thing. There's no luck in PUBG Mobile. I think that's how he says it. But anyway, Red Gaming Official, Danny Brown, Rax, Larry, my guy. How don't you have a spanner, Larry? I think I'll give you back your spanner. I don't know how you don't have one. You used to have one, but I think you were missing. Probably that's why. Okay, there we go. That's it. But yeah, Larry, my guy. Grive PUBG Mobile, she Stormy, thank you actually Stormy for plugging me onto this, because this was Stormy that was like, Crowns, come stream for me. She promised me 7 UK baddies. That is exactly why I'm streaming this, but I'm not gonna let that. But anyway, G3 Gorilla, thank you for tuning in. I really like the fact that you decided to speak on the chat, and that's something I like to see. Hound, thank you for tuning in. 77 Godier, my man, thank you for tuning in, man. I got you. I know I'm supposed to mention your name. Deji Big Bot, thank you for showing up. Sleek, Zelcro, Shazam. I see Jonathan was also out here in the chat keeping me company. Thank you for tuning in. Danny Brown, I mentioned your name. Shield, thanks for showing up. Tian Princelow, who told me about people in the beginning. Well, I did watch them. They did seem a little bit clean to me. Maybe on another day I would watch them out, because I know you mentioned Suli, Shival, and Glock. But yeah, I did see them play today, and I kind of looked a little bit not sauce. It's just openness overload. But that being said, third high of God, waiting be me. Oduduwa, leave this boy. Anyway, Jahad, you're always here. Thank you for tuning in. I'm not going to give you spanner either ways, not yet. Mentor 4KT, my man, thank you for tuning in. Kenny, Shazam, I mentioned you earlier. Chopper, thank you for showing up. Oli, Agba YouTuber, thank you for showing up. Boogeyman, you're humble. Links OTF, thank you all for tuning in. And I think that's everybody that I could see. Oh, Bego in the chat too. Thank you for tuning in. And Ace Whitey, I believe I didn't mention your name too. Thank you all for tuning in. And I think that's going to be all for me on my channel. I'm going to be live again in 30 minutes, so I need to go grab a break and get things started. That being said, thank you all for tuning in. I don't know how else to express my love. And that's the thing, whenever I stream on my channel, I never want to stop. But if anybody has any idea, but no, not even idea, I think, like I said, what brought me on rambling about the T1 thing is because I don't know what to stream, right? I sometimes have the time, but like I don't usually feel like streaming my personal gameplay because I just feel like it's not interesting enough. But maybe when next I'm free, I'll just probably like hit up any of my guys. Oh, are you guys playing any scrims? Send me the room codes. Let me see if I can just go live, because if I'm free to go live, I'll as well go live. So probably you guys will be seeing more. No promises. But that being said, thank you all for tuning in. I know we've got some big W's since the end of last year, so we're hoping we continue with the W's on this year. So PMCO, PMPL, keep my fingers crossed about that one, but we'll see how it goes. That being said, thank you all for tuning in. You know the vibes. Stay safe, stay connected, practice social distancing, don't do drugs, use protection, and you know the vibes. Do not hack the game. It's your boy Crowns, and I'm going to be seeing you guys real soon. Later, boys. Later. Bye-bye.